It's another new one. All right. I'm gonna go back to back for like 5, 6, 7 days. Bunch of new joints that came in. Y'all rocking with this one? All yellow Yankee. I never seen it before, so when I had the opportunity, I grabbed it. What's up, y'all? Good morning. Welcome back to the Sorry True Podcast. It's your boy ARP. It's Saturday morning. Are y'all excited? Y'all feeling good about today? Is everybody in good graces, good mood, having a productive week ending so far? What's y'all day looking like? Mine is gonna be pretty cool. I've been up since like 5 a.m. doing my thing. Just stuff around the house, getting stuff in order, moving some stuff around, doing some accounting, sending out some text messages, getting this stream together, doing some homework, getting some members only exclusive content together that's going to be dropping today and tomorrow. I've been up for a minute. But I will be in the crib all day long today. Matter of fact, what's the schedule? NFL, there's two today and two tomorrow, right? NFL schedule. Okay, so what we got here is we got the Bills and the Broncos at 4:30. All right, so you got that's Josh and Bo Nix. I got Josh there. Respect to the Denver Broncos, right? But I got Josh there. I have no real big investment in that game. And then 8 o'clock, I got more investment in. I'm a Brock Purdy guy. I like Brock. I want him to hit the Dougie on the Seahawks today. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna be an easy task though. The Seahawks had the best record in the NFL this year, right? This season, right? Did they? Yeah, it's not gonna be a easy task, but I Brock, we'll see. They lost their one of their main players last week to an injury, but they still got the boy McCaffrey, right? All right, we got the Texans and the Patriots. That's Drake May and CJ. I don't like CJ. CJ Stroud is my son's favorite quarterback. Maybe it's the hair, but my son got long hair too. I don't know. So last week I went with them because we was watching the game together. So I'm gonna hold you down, but I don't really rock with this quarterback too much. But this week me and him is gonna have to clash. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So we got two games today, 4:30 and 8 o'clock. But tomorrow me and my son got a clash. I'm going with Drake May at 3 o'clock. And then the game I care the most about this weekend. So I think my favorite active, not of all time, my favorite active NFL player is probably Lamar Jackson. We see he's out. Um, I'm not saying I'm this super Mahomes guy, but I like his story. I like his legacy, and I support him. And that's why I went to the Super Bowl last year, and I want to see them three-peat and him have the opportunity to stake claim to the best quarterback of all time. That didn't happen, but Mahomes is still Mahomes. He's still going to go down as one of the greatest football players of all time. Maybe one, maybe two, who knows? But he's out. So now when it comes down to QBs, the third person that I'm going for is Caleb. I like Caleb. Minus the painted fingernails and all that. I like Caleb. He's going up against what people believe is going to be the MVP, though, Stafford. And they got Puka over there. Oh, they got Puka. It's not going to be an easy one, but if the Bears pull this out, I'm going to have that much more leverage to push the homies to go to this year's game because nobody wants to go to the fucking Super Bowl this year. And I ain't going dolo. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's telling me like, yo, just bring the kids. And I was just like, now, if I want to get great seats again, let's say $10,000 ticket. If I bring my son and my daughter and they're not into these two teams or the quarterbacks that makes it, because CJ ain't making it, and my daughter's kind of like all over the place with her quarterbacks and her teams in the NFL. That's like 30,000 plus just for a game that possibly no three of us have an investment in. Like it's not Lamar there, it's not Mahomes there, it's not CJ there. I'm like, I'd rather go by myself, plus the fellas, pay my own way. But Chicago is my man Ant from RBE. That's his team. He's from Chicago. So if Caleb goes, I get to push the felt like, yo, we gotta go, right? We went last. My man AB, his team is the Eagles. We there holding you down, right? You know what I'm saying? So, if the Bears win, I could push these motherfuckers that we at the game this year. What are we doing? Nobody wants to go to the game this year. I don't know what's going on. I think it's in San Fran, right? I want to go to the game every year, but it is what it is. We'll see. So I'm invested in that game because that's my third favorite quarterback to support this year. Fourth would probably be Purdy, maybe. I don't know. And also, like I said, I want to go and I need the Bears to win to go. So that's what I'm doing today. Tomorrow, I probably won't even make it outside neither. Today, I don't know, man. I'm gonna hit the gym after this, get some more editing done. Yesterday, I had to run to Best Buy. I had to get me a new laptop, an editing laptop, a juiced up high memory CPU laptop because I'm so restricted to this computer right here when I need to edit. And we do so many uploads these days, and I'm getting that much more frequent in 2026 because we're stepping up the addition of more members only content. And I can't just sit here during my editing. I'll be locked in here because this is my whole setup machine right here. So I went and bought a high power laptop yesterday so I could be mobile. So that if I'm, taking business calls or if I'm listening in on a conference call or if I'm just sitting in the living room, in a different part of the house watching the game with the kids or whatever, yet I still got editing to do. Like, I'm mobile. So I'm going to be setting up that laptop today. Probably have like a shared network drive that I can share the content between this machine and my laptop now. So I got that to do today. By the time the game starts, man, I don't know, order me some food, some Wingstop or something. You know what I mean? Put some money in Rick Ross' pocket and enjoy these games. And tomorrow will probably be the same. I probably will not be. I'm like a vampire, man. Like by the time I go outside Monday, I'm going to, like the sun is going to burn me. I ain't going outside all weekend, man. I'm chilling. That's what I got today and tomorrow. What else? Everything else is regular. Everything else is regular. All right, let me tell y'all what we got going on for today for the stream. Y'all see the title. It says Goodz and Hennyman address Eazy The Block Captain. So that means, of course, we're going to get into some clips related to Goodz and DNA's podcast. And he had Hennyman on and No Bars. And shout out to Hip Hop Is Real and everybody over there. Shout out to Hennyman. Shout out to Goodz. Shout out to DNA. Shout out to the whole platform. Good to see Goodz doing content. He's always had quality content over there. So good to see that. But I got some topics around that as well. I want to talk about, should bloggers have hands put on them? Anyone's in particular? Situations that maybe y'all feel like you got to stand on it. You shouldn't have to stand on it. It's just the internet. It's just battle rap. I'm going to mix in that topic. Also, there's a clip from this podcast we're going to get into that tells me a detail that I never knew before about Cassidy versus Eazy when it went down that day, that one round that we got. So there's a detail in there about that. They address the security threats, that were put out there. And there might be another topic that we're going to grab for that. So don't be surprised if we spend a good 30 plus 35 minutes on the main topic, okay, on the title. But speaking of battle rap, what else do we got? We got some more diss tracks on the way. I'm going to pull that up so it's on the radar. We got a new track from B Magic. We're going to do a listen on that. I haven't listened to it yet. I waited for the stream, waited for y'all once again. I want to see if he took a step back forward because his first one was, I liked it. It was kind of dope. The second one was a step backwards. I was like, I ain't like that. I ain't like that too much, Magic. We're going to see what this third one is hitting for. I like the fact that he's able to have this fast turnaround too. I got another battle rap piece. It's going to be one of my favorite third rounds from all 3 max out events. I'm going to play that. And it came across my table indirectly yesterday, and I'll let y'all know why. I'm going to play this whole video. It's only like 9 minutes, and I'm going to speed it up. We're going to play this Seti Nash video because yesterday when we did the Govan Hernandez dissing Gucci Man, I didn't have any of the context. I was just like, why is he dissing Gucci Man, implying that maybe his girl got, taken down by Yo Gotti? And I didn't have any context. I didn't know there was a lot more going on. Chat, I don't know if y'all was putting it in the chat for me and I was slipping. My bad. I don't know if it's in the checks and balances chat and I'm just 48 hours too late on catching up on the chat and the news that y'all got going on in there. But so this whole beef between Yo Gotti and Gucci Man, which spans years, has inflamed up. And here you go Pooh Shiesty, who's kind of in the middle of it, originally signed to Gucci Man and now is rocking with Yo Gotti. And they saying Gucci Man got robbed allegedly behind Pooh Shiesty recently. And that's how his watch and his wedding ring ended up missing. Seti Nash is online talking about, if you want your jewelry back, Gucci Man, tap in with me. Like I said, it's like a 9-minute video. So shout out to Cassidy Nash with the breakdown, keeping us up with the news. I'm gonna play that video with y'all. What else do we got? What else do we got? We got some other real quick news that we're gonna go through right before that too. Yeah, so we don't got too many topics today, but we might be here for a minute. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right, y'all ready to get rolling? Last but not least, before I start, we got Renegade in the building. Shout out for the super chat. Says Stafford can't win in below 40 degrees weather. The weather is going to be a factor for today's game as well, right? Cold is cold. Some people perform well in cold. Same thing with in the NBA altitudes. Okay. Teams that train at higher altitudes tend to have better endurance. These are the type of what stadium is it in the NFL that they say they built the stadium in a design where the visiting team's sideline is in sweltering heat and they built it like that on purpose. I forget which stadium. Let me pull it up. I'm not crazy. Which NFL team and stadium? When I saw it, I was like, yo, yeah, that's kind of sick. Stadium and team and stadium was built to keep the away team in the high heat and the sun. I remember seeing that breakdown, and it was crazy. Is it the Miami Dolphins? Says the Miami Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium utilize a unique canopy design that strategically places the home team Dolphins in the shade while leaving the visiting team exposed to the intense South Florida sun, creating a significant temperature advantage over times over 30 degrees hotter for the opponents. What? I got 70, you got a buck? That's crazy. I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew that I actually saw that before. But yeah, the cold weather in reverse is gonna play a factor. It absolutely can. You got drops. Well, the type of gloves these guys wear these days might as well have like sticky on them and shit. But you got drops. You got quarterbacks don't wear gloves, right? So it's about the quarterback. Quarterback still got slipping. You got stiffness. You got performance, you got everything. Yeah. So these are the small things that go all the way up to even the betting odds. Like, it's in cold ash windshield factor of, you know what I mean? So I agree with you there. He's gonna win the MVP, it seems, but I want Caleb in today's game. I really do. And I respect these names. Puka is my guy. I fuck with Puka, but we shall see, people. Okay. All right. Speaking of sports, I just wanted to pull this up with y'all real quick. You know, the demographic of this channel got a lot of sports fans, that I know for sure. Did y'all see this? Look at this picture. They got this as some people say is going to be the dunk of the year. 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought it was all 5 of them. This is the type of picture that you frame and you put like I would have this the size of a whole wall for these NBA, if I was an NBA player. This is like an iconic, to create the timing of all of this, to have this many. Think about Jordan's dunk. That was on, it looked like it was on Horace Grant. No, it's not Jordan's Grant. I'm not thinking about Jordan. I'm thinking about the reverse. I'm thinking about John Starks. John Starks' iconic classic dunk. That looks like it's on like 3 different Bulls, right? Is it Horace Grant, Pippen's there, and Jordan's there, right? This has got at least 4 of these guys. This is such a dope picture, but let's watch the video.
It's Black in the open floor. AB goes strong, way above the rim.
No doubt. We're going to see this one a few times. Look at that. There are 4 Grizzlies in this picture. And wow. AB, my goodness. Ooh. Oh. There's a good shot right there.
Where's John Morant? Grizzly, right? Oh. We know he's going somewhere soon, but
no doubt. We're going to see this one a few times. Look at no doubt. No. Grizzlies in this picture, and wow. AB, my God.
There's no superstars in the defenders though. Damn, if you had a superstar in this picture, it would throw it over the edge. It's already
Grizzlies in this picture, and
wow. Yeah, that's why I was like, "Where's y'all?" Oh, that's like that climb the mountain. You know what I'm saying? Above all odds type of picture. That is beautiful, man. That is beautiful. That really, really is a beautiful shot. Do we have the dunk of the year right there? Maybe. Maybe. Good morning, Nikita. I see you, love. Appreciate you. Shout out to the whole green team, the mods, everybody, the whole chat. Appreciate you, love. Okay. Now that we passed that real fast as well. Jim Jones' response to 50 Cent with the whole lights off thing. What does it say? Jim Jones responds to, do I have what screen layout do I have? That's the one I want. Response to 50 Cent after 50 trolled him about the lights being out at his IFC factory. Jim Jones, LOL. You don't want to miss this episode of the Jim Jones Improvement Show. At the IFC factory. The show must go on. Nothing gonna stop this arc. LOL. Yeah, you guys should be podcasting about this. I'm glad you and Mano and Fab, who dropped that ridiculous freestyle verse on 50, everybody knows how to use this to their benefit as much as possible, right? You gotta just take 50's shit, and the same way he's able to take even big shots and try to create comedy out of it, to like steer out of it and deflect it a little bit. Like they ask him about his baby moms, pictures of him before the trial, and pictures of 50's BM and Diddy popped up with them holding hands and shit. That's when 50 started trolling her, clowning, joking, you nasty little thing. Remember, he was putting them captions up, and I think he was also using that for, some of his custody attempts, right? I believe. I'll still say allegedly. But 50 knows how to turn things and make it comedic to lessen the blow. And Jim Jones is obviously doing the same thing here. So you got to give him credit on that.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right. We went over this yesterday, people. The whole rat, sneaky, backstabbing ass person, whoever's here recording this footage when they calling the landlord or calling the electric company or whatever. And 50 did a little skit on it as well.
And whenever you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Super Bowl 60? Are you ready for the excitement, the adrenaline? Branson Cognac. What the fuck? What happened with the lights, man?
And whenever you're ready.
He knows how to promote Branson Cognac, right? That's got to be included as hashtag on damn near all his posts. And he knows how to promote. I just hope that we get some more music out of it or some meaningful angles if we're going to be here. Like we could only troll and be entertained by your heat is off, your lights is off for so long. But if y'all having fun, if y'all like it, we love it. Fuck it. I promise y'all we keep that short. Let's go into the Gucci Mane Yo Gotti beef. I didn't remember this, but it was obviously said even on the Breakfast Club. So some of the backstory between Yo Gotti and Gucci does actually revolve around Gucci's wife, it seems. But as much as guys want to act like, oh, it ain't nothing, I'll get me another chick and I'll never fight a fuss over no chick or whatever, you had it, I got it now. As much as some guys act, not all, act like that, I really do believe that the bigger issue here is the signing of these artists from Memphis. Rappers are so territorial. Every industry. You put money and competition and people in similar lanes, and you create what we see all the time. It's so common. It's everyday shit. Even people that act like they support each other, they're always in competition. All right. Let's say Rough Riders, D and Y and Jay-Z and Dame Dash, they all love each other and shake each other's hands when they see each other. But best believe Rockefeller and Rough Riders are competing. No Limit and Cash Money. Well, they didn't even like each other, so that was clear. But you see what I'm saying? It's always competition. And if you're kind of playing more in my backyard, so to speak, because Gucci is from Atlanta, Yo Gotti and this whole all these artist signing of Memphis, right? It almost looks purposeful. Like, let's be real. Allegedly, let's take a URL on an RBE thing, right? All of a sudden, you book gyms, you book Oops, you book, you know what I'm saying? It looks intentional. And maybe there's some on the reverse on the RBE side. It just looks like intentional stuff. And sometimes it's like, come on, like, duh. And who the fuck cares? As long as the fans get entertainment out of it. But this is like big money stuff, though. Some people kill you over $1, but this is, big heavyweights signing and contracting artists and doing subliminals and dropping on each other's release dates and whatnot. So I could understand how the Gottis and the Gucci's have these type of fallouts, but let's hear from the man himself while he was on the Breakfast Club.
Man, the first time Gucci ever tweeted me, I was in the studio. Somebody sent it to me, and I called his phone like 6 times in a row. He answered probably like on the 6th one.
He was upset that you put your mixtape out the same day as his.
Yeah, I mean, but he didn't say my name. He was just like, why would a rapper do it? But, you know, shit, when nobody shit coming out of a man on the same day. So, you know.
I thought you asked me for a chick. I thought you were smashing the chick up.
Charlamagne, man, he's a bastard. He's over here talking about us dropping music on the same day, which is always going to be competitive, just like events on the same day, just like movies on the same day. We get it. And he goes, I thought it was over Charlamagne. He's a master at what he does, I swear.
Yeah, you guys had some issues over Keisha Dior.
Gotti starts laughing and smiling.
I'll take you from where it started. We're going to get to that.
Yeah, let me get to that.
Okay. But then you started smashing his chick, and then he got.
Then he went to jail, and you started dating Keisha Dior.
Now, then it was like, to me, I still felt like it was cool because like,
didn't say no.
My partners were with me, like we argue all the time. And that's just what we do. Like it'll never come to Twitter or a radio interview or nothing like that. Then he got on the radio and said something. That's when they were like, okay, home cross that line. Like it's, you know what I mean? It'll never be like we cool no more.
Now I'm gonna go bang his girl.
I had already done that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that was
you banged your partner's girl.
Damn, Gotti. Yeah, my friend, man.
But that was your girlfriend, though, right? Wasn't that like
Gotti said, Emmy, my partner. Oh, I didn't know that was your wife.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know that. Okay, so the signing of the artist, the being with the same woman, and the mixtape dropping on the same day. That I think is the gist of their shit, which I'm not saying it's small. I'm not saying it is small or not. But all right, we just talked about this whole thing with Govan Hernandez, that video that we played yesterday. And I'm like, yo, so by the way, where's your wedding ring? I was just like, why you care about who slept with who? What? I didn't know the context. My bad. I was off. So they're saying Gucci Mane got robbed recently and that Pooh Shiesty was involved. And of course, Pooh Shiesty, the history of him being first signed to Gucci Mane, and then when Gucci Mane goes to jail, is that the person that he maintained or retained, or did he eventually let him go? Or no, he maintained. We remember that. Gucci even spoke about that maybe in an interview with Charlamagne, like a one-on-one, not on the Breakfast Club. And he said it more like it was a solid thing that he did, right? If I remember correctly, like he let everybody on his roster go except for Pooh Shiesty. Like, why do you let Pooh Shiesty go? Especially if you know he's going to be coming home and he's going to be that much more. You know how it is when rappers come home from jail. So if I'm Gucci Mane from a business standpoint, I've retained Pooh Shiesty as well. He's one of the hottest guys out. But they're saying some Vanilla Ice Suge Knight shit happened, okay? And Pooh Shiesty was allegedly there. Fast forward, Gucci Mane ends up losing his wedding ring and his watch that supposedly cost in total millions of dollars, a couple M's. All right, let's hear the Seti Nash video now. And once again, shout out to Seti, man, because he got the whole breakdown. So because I'm out the loop, I'm going to play his whole video. It's only like 9 minutes sped up, though. Let's get up to speed.
A lot of people are wondering how this came about.
Let's go. Gizzo down to Gizzo, hit the Stizzo, kid a blunt, man.
And you got to remember, Pooh Shiesty is signed to Gucci. Gucci and Yo Gotti is beefing. So that means Glow is CMG. They shouldn't be getting along together. Well, let me walk y'all down exactly why the hell you just clicked on this video that's going to shake the internet. Because remember this, Mob Ties Global and my camera, Solo 30, only 2 in the world, gave me some on my release. Nigga, no label, no family, no rap niggas or rap bees, no friends, no homies, not even a B nigga on Trey Day. And I ain't never told. Went like a hoe, put on, not keep it real, not stand on business, ain't let shit slide. Nigga, everybody still forgot about me and said F me. Let's get into this whole entire thing as I walk y'all down. Stay to the very end so you can figure it all out.
Big Scott passing away, like to this day, I still ain't really got over that. It's my little cousin, like, to tell me welcome home, you know, still messing with me up for real, so I ain't really got over it yet.
Hold on. Word from our sponsor real quick. That right there is the #1 freaking app in the world as far as Apple and as far as Google Play. That link in the description as well because it's one of the only apps to get you paid to play games. That's free cash right there. #1 app, by the way. So hit that real quick. Get $5 on Nash as soon as you sign up. Boom, they got you. And they start paying you as soon as you start signing up. Anyway, so it's $5 plus. Win some games and get paid to play today. Hit that QR code. Tap the link in the description. So the reason why you guys just seen that doggone Scar clip was simple. Pooh Shiesty still ain't forgave Gucci Mane on the way in which he handled the whole entire situation. See, what a lot of people don't know is that some things are unforgivable to some people. Me, you know, I got your stomach. So if you ever put your hands on my salmon, I will never forget you. You can't never come over my house. But Pooh Pooh Shiesty. Scar's death is one that he could not forgive. So Pooh Shiesty has not been rocking with Gucci Mane at all since he got out. And as of today, Gucci Mane, Pooh Shiesty went their separate ways. But the details on how that happened, whew, boy, I might have to muddy the waters on this one. But let me give y'all the whole backdrop on how Gucci Mane actually handled the damn funeral, because it got messy as hell. Roll it. Oh my mama, he not getting them chains back. Before anyone get to speaking on some shit they don't know about, yes, he asked for the chains back. And no, he not getting them hoes back. My brother earned this. My brother mean everything to us. And for him to do him like that is low down as F. He said he couldn't pay for the funeral because his wife's birthday coming up. Nigga, you a millionaire. Gucci, a B-I-T-C-H. Gotta get it back in blood. And they say, you know, sorry to hear that. F Gucci.
I read, you post the scar. Talking about some long live him, bro. You ain't do nothing, cuz, on God. And you ain't getting them chains, cuz. You can't get them chains. There's no way you can get them chains. Right. The minute that them folks called your phone to see if you gonna pay for the funeral, you blocked them. That's not real, cuz. On God, it's not real. I thought Gucci was rich, too. God, food all us.
Funeral paid for. That 10K went to a flower. This flower was high. We still got a casket. He getting cremated. He getting put up in a museum. Bitch would not be able to walk on my brother's grave. He ain't getting put in no ground. He ain't getting buried with no chains. He not getting them chains. Period. At the end of the day, receipts that and a bill uploaded for the bill and the receipts. Like I said, we on the receipt 10,000. What the other 10 is, I don't know. But yeah. I'm at work with my feet up, making boxes. That 10K ain't doing shit about bitch.
Hey, chat. How close a relationship? So I could understand the Gucci and the Pooh Shiesty link. With the young man that passed away, what's the connection and how deep is it between that person and Gucci? I want to know that. Obviously there are a lot of people that were looking to Gucci for him to pay this funeral cost. Funerals ain't cheap. All right. They ain't cheap. I'm just curious. And if there's documented fact, like Gucci responded, I can't do that right now. I got something else to do. Like, let's say a wedding or whatever. People going to feel away. You know, everybody's going to count your pockets. They be like, no, you the super millionaire. And there'd be the little thing. When we say count your pockets, I don't want to side topic, but here's the thing about counting people's pockets. Generally, it's wrong to do. What I eat don't make you shit and vice versa. If I tell you I don't got it, yeah, maybe you want to hear the words that say, I don't want to give it, but I don't have to speak the way that you want to speak. I'm not saying that that's not keeping it real, but I could just say like, nah, I don't got it right now. You don't know what I got planned for my money. You have no clue. But here's the thing also about counting people's pockets. Sometimes it's done because somebody gives you so much of a bullshit curve that it becomes disrespect. And that's where people count your pockets. And that's damn near justified. For example, yo, Tate, you owe me $1,000 still. I spoke about this on the stream like over a year ago. And every time I'm on his Instagram, he's out the country. So I'm counting his pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like, he spends so much money on so much shit. Where's my little $1,000? You know what I'm saying? So that's justifiable for counting somebody's pockets. But let me be even more serious now. If I call you and I look at you and you present this whole you multimillionaire and all this, even though what I eat don't make you shit, once again, and we got this serious situation going on. We got this funeral to pay for. Funerals being so expensive. Once again, a lot of people, you think that they got those type of costs and they don't. And we're looking at you to do it. The out, if you don't want to cover these costs or if you can't afford it, the out is for something because it's so serious is to give the most truthful and solid answer. For example, I can't afford it. Like, I know that y'all look at me like Gucci this and Gucci that, but I only got $50,000 in my savings account right now. And I know it's hard to tell somebody that, but then fast forward, if they turn around you on your Instagram and you're throwing $10,000 at the strip club, you know, didn't Chief Keef have a similar situation? Chief Keef, same thing. Was that part of the Chief Keef and Little Durk fallout once upon a time? But it was around a funeral or something, right? I think it was. It was a funeral and people wanted some money for, oh no, it was bail. It was bail. It was bail, and that's allegedly tied to when Chief Keef got robbed, and people like Boss Top was tied to that. They said that they stole the kids' diapers out of the fucking crib and all this chains and all that. But that was tied to when Chief Keef got robbed, right? Here's another one. ASAP Rocky is on the stand with ASAP Relly, and they say a lot of the beef started over one of their homies that passed away, right? And go to the bag, go to ASAP Rocky, pay for the funeral. And ASAP Relly and some of the people didn't like the way some of that was managed or handled. Can't you just get it from Rihanna? That's the counting pockets thing, right? So if it's something as serious as a funeral, if you either A, don't have it, or B, don't want to pay it for whatever reason, you better give a very, very solid answer. And then after that, you have to be conscious of people pocket watching you. Oh, look at him. He just bought this new, because Chief Keef did that to be an asshole, right? So he was asked for like 10,000 or something like that. And then he posted like some shit like, just bought 10,000 in jeans. It's like, oh, people gonna treat that as beef because they lost somebody, you know? So y'all gotta let me know in the chat, this young man that passed away, how close he was to Gucci, or is it just that Pooh Shiesty expected that level of loyalty because he couldn't help it? He was down and you were supposed to be loyal to Pooh. I don't know. Y'all gotta put me on that.
Ribs and flowers, boo. This shit ain't here with no little bitch ribs and flowers, boo. 10K ain't shit. My brother was waiting for work. Baby, my brother worked more than 10K. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Yeah, Gucci son 10,000. And it was somebody else on another team. So it was 20,000 in all.
The one that hold on. Long live my boy. And them folks say, y'all knew stop when you act.
Stop playing. He left over D-Dime.
He left his brother with Dime.
He left his brother with Dime. Stop playing, man.
So now that you're all caught up, here's what happened. Can't tell you the day, but Gucci Mane, that wedding ring, gone. Yeah, they hit him with the Suge Knight, bruh. They took Gucci Mane wedding ring and they took his watch. So Gucci, you know this is 100% true. Hit me up, I can get you it back. But as it stands right now, bruh, Gucci Mane walking around wedding ringless right now, and he ain't got no watch. I'm not gonna say who robbed him. Pooh Shiesty was not there, but it definitely went on after Pooh Shiesty left. Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane got into an altercation as far as a little back and forth. Pooh Shiesty wasn't hearing shit that Gucci Mane had to say. Gucci Mane won Pooh Shiesty on the team, but hell nah. So what ends up happening is Space in the Place can't give you too much specific details because if I do, then y'all know that's all bad. But as soon as Pooh Shiesty got up out of there, left, got in his car, pulled off, he ain't knowing what the hell going on. All he knows is he happy that Gucci Mane signed him up out that goddamn deal. But after that, after Pooh Shiesty was in the clear, because he don't know shit about this, so he gonna be reading about and hearing about this as I am. I mean, as I'm letting y'all know this shit right now. They robbed his ass. For surely robbed goddamn Gucci Mane. Robbed his ass out of his ring, robbed his ass out of his watch. So he running around here right now. It didn't happen in Atlanta. That's as far as I can get y'all right there. There's more details on the way, and it will be dropping. But as far as much as I want to give to the internet, yeah, that boy Gucci Mane had to release Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty is no longer signed in 1017, and Gucci Mane no longer has his wedding ring and no longer has his watch. But Gucci, you can holler at me. I can get it back for you, bro. Other than that, man, it is what it is. Breaking news. Believe me, don't believe me, but y'all know when I break down street shit like this.
Nah, I believe you, man. I believe Govan Hernandez did that video for a reason. I believe that he's telling the truth here. I believe that the history that they're showing between Yo Gotti, Pooh Shiesty, and Gucci all adds up to something. Glorilla being in the studio. I think it all, we can't ignore all the dots. I believe it. Does that make Gucci less of a man? No, of course not. I'll tell you this on a positive note. If he lost a very expensive ring and watch that adds up to, even if it's not $1 million plus, even if it adds up to $5,000, whatever, even if it's not worth that much financial or money wise, but it has sentimental value. I'm glad he didn't die over it. Okay. Because motherfuckers be rapping that shit, touch my chain and blah, blah, blah. I'm glad he didn't die over it. I hope that if he was pressed at that level and he just obviously gave it up compliantly, he didn't have to get hurt because we ain't hear nothing about him getting hurt. That's more important to me. Right. But the thing about, the thing about situations like this going public, Gucci has this reputation that is going to be pressed on him within itself. And that's where you become a victim of your rep. You know, just imagine just so many months ago when everybody was doing this whole the Ratlanta and the last real nigga and the only real nigga there and the king of it all, Gucci, you know? And then a couple months after that, a newer artist, a Pooh Shiesty, is allegedly involved in some Suge Knight shit. Like, yo, there you go. Put this paper on the table. Sign this. Sign me out of this. And then you sign it from pressure, and then he walks away, and then you get robbed. It's against like his reputation of being this big boogeyman, Gucci man, and that's shitty. We're all human on reality, but when it comes to this industry shit, that's Thanos, right? It's one of the Thanoses and shit. So I would expect a lot of and Gucci actually is a real street nigga too, right? So I don't know if this is the end of it. Like, get the man back his jewelry and have some high power conversations, and maybe it ends there. But this is the type of stuff that people die over, like after, like there'd be aftershock of shit like this. Let's be real. Even Seti going on camera saying I'm tapped in with the people that did it. They saying allegedly Rolling 60s did it, you know, and he's tapped in with them and he can get his shit back. If you can get my shit back and you're an alliance, which makes you one of my indirect, and shit like this gets real messy, man. It's public now, you know. Allegedly, somebody sooner or later, you know how it is on the internet, is gonna cut on the camera and flash the ring and flash the watch. You know how that goes. Here goes the watch. Look, everybody. Here goes the ring. You know how that shit go every fucking day. So I expect that coming out sooner or later too. But even outside of the, wow, here's a bugged out take. We focusing on the jewelry, right? Because in the hip hop world, if you get robbed, it's like game over. You might as well die, right? You're a real man, real nigga can't get robbed. Not in hip hop. I'll tell you what's worse than that to me, right? That record deal, if it went down like that on some Suge Knight, Vanilla Ice type shit, that contract is probably worth way more than that jewelry. You might got some sentimental value in the wedding ring. We get you another wedding ring. Fuck that. That's not the only watch Gucci got. Didn't he put up a Christmas video of him getting like $1 million watch as a Christmas gift? Gucci probably got 20 of them shits. That contract might be worth way more of retaining the rights and the music and catalog or ownership or whatever to Pooh Shiesty. That's what I care more about. Like what movies did that? Oceans did that, right? One of the Ocean's 11 with Al Pacino. They was up on the top of the building. Al Pacino had some goons with him, and his partner, he lined up as he was setting up the casino, building the casino, and then he made him sign his rights away. He pressed him like they was gonna throw him off the fucking head. Like, yo, sign. He's like, what? I'm the partner. He's like, no, you thought you was, you idiot. And they made him sign that shit. You know, art imitates reality, because that Suge Knight and that Vanilla Ice shit, I believe, is real. Like Vanilla Ice himself spoke about that. Did Vanilla Ice even admit to being dangled off of the balcony by Suge? So it's real shit. Get impressed. We hear all this shit about people complaining about getting let out of their labels. Finesse 2 Times just did that with Jay Prince. Junior, let me out. They ask for it. The brute force situations happen too. Here's one more that is real life, not even movie shit. Isn't that what happened with Eazy and Suge? They said that was in the studio, right? Where Suge had a bunch of people press Eazy over some rights and licensing or ownership or contractual shit. Go down, man. And look at that. 2 out of the 3 examples we're talking about, Suge is allegedly involved in both of them. Fucking Suge. Fucking Suge. I thought the world was gonna end when Suge got knocked out by that barber. Remember that? I thought the world would, because that was like Mike Tyson at the time. Like, Suge, he scared everybody. You know, we saw that he got knocked out by a barber. I was just like, that barber's still alive? Like, oh, anyway. All right. Way bigger situation than we started to cover yesterday. So we shall stay close to this news because that could be a lot, people. That could definitely be a lot. Y'all with me? Am I the reference king? Am I at times? What podcasters and bloggers reference more than me and better than me? I want to know from movies and real situations. Who? I'll wait. I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds because then we're about to get all into battle rap for the rest of the stream. Who else references as much as me? I want to know. Because if I'm gonna be walking around here calling myself the reference king, I gotta have some type of validity to that. Are there any other podcasters and bloggers that reference as cleanly, as fast, or as frequent as I do? Is there? YouTube. I put it on my Instagram. I couldn't believe this. Actually scared me. This is AI for your ass and artificial intelligence scanning and watching and listening and interpreting audio for your ass. Hold on. I'm gonna come to chat. You do it a lot, Jay. But you're not better than me at it. You're not better than me at it. Jay's definitely good with her references, but nah, real shit. Where's my gram? When I put up my year-end recap stuff, right? And everybody giving me, you know, where the Sorry Shoe podcast listed as far as their most listens for 2025. So dope to see. But this one right here scared the shit out of me. This was on my YouTube wrap up. You see that shit? It says your YouTube award, most likely to quote the best movie lines at the most inappropriate times. That was on my wrap up. Like when it told me like my most listened rappers that I played during the year, ESTG was number 1, Dirk was 2, Albial was 3, Lil Baby was 4, Kendrick was 5. This is how YouTube how did they summarize? It's one thing to say like you said the word you said New York a million times and that's what you said the most. But how do you know that I reference? How does YouTube and AI know that I'm telling you. One of these generations coming up is going to wake up and it's going to be that Terminator 2 days where it's going to be like, yo, we literally are fighting the machines. They took over. They went Matrix. They blacked out the sun. It's up. And we are literally fighting these motherfuckers, man, because I don't know how they did that. I'm telling you, right? Is that not spooky as shit? How do they know that I reference? It's because, I don't know. YouTube listened to your references. They read your algorithm. How the fuck YouTube do that? Right. How the fuck it know that? I'm telling you, all y'all on YouTube got year-end wrap-ups. Y'all can check y'all shits. I don't know how it did that to me, yo. Joe Budden references more than me or just as much as me? Don't give it to the whole pod. I want 1v1s, man. Shout out to the whole Joe Budden podcast, one of my favorite podcasts. But do any of them individually reference as much as me? Shout out to Trill. Our member says, bro, I need to blog with you, ARP. I know so much of this shit. Dope. I'm glad that it's relatable. I gotta start pulling members up again or doing that more. I said I wanted to do that in 2025 towards the end. We didn't get any of those really done, to keep it real. So I'm definitely cool bringing y'all up here, man. Let's chop. Yeah, I know we give permission, but how do you interpret the actual lingo? And like, if I'm just saying it was wild if Pooh Shiesty pressed Gucci Man to sign over his rights and let him out of his contract the same way that happened in Ocean 11 with Al Pacino on the roof or in the studio with Eazy E and Suge Knight. Like, if you could pick that out and be like, oh, he referenced so much that we're gonna give it in his year-end recap, like that's technology. Fuck it. I'm just gonna let it go. All right, y'all ready to get into battle rap? Y'all ready to get in battle rap? I'm gonna start here, man. This one is fun for me. I told y'all that we gotta play one of my favorite third rounds from the Max Out series, 1, 2, and 3. One of my favorite third rounds. So somebody yesterday sent this to me. I won't say who. somebody sent me. This was a blogger. This blogger. Hold on. His name is Mr. Call It Like It Is Fan. He's got almost 3,000 subscribers. Shout out to you. This one up 4 years ago. It's got 30 views. So didn't really make its way around. But you got your Chris Broussards and your Nick Wrights of the world. That, you know, these are some of my favorite analysts, and they give great predictions because they actually know the sport. How do people give predictions based on their hip hop and battle rap knowledge? I asked the question because this.
Angry Fan was saying that Ill Will could be the one to put Jag down, right? But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Angry Fan did say that Ill Will, he could rebuttal, right? But Jag said something very interesting. It's going to have to rebuttal my whole run. It's going to have to rebuttal all 3 rounds. Jag is going to bomb on Ill Will. Jag is going to out-rap Ill Will. Jag has got more energy than Ill Will. Ill Will cannot flow like Jag. Jag's going to land haymaker after haymaker after haymaker after haymaker on Ill Will. And I'm not downplaying Ill Will, but I know Jag is a superior rapper to him. Jag is coming to his end now. Ill Will's facing Jag at the wrong time. This is 4th battle in. Jag is going to make an example out of Ill Will. Look what he done to O-Red. That was just a warm-up. Right? Ill Will's witty. It's funny. Right? But he cannot rap. What's Ill Will's strength? Rebuttaling, little comedy. It's got some bars in there. Some hard punches. Outside of that, he cannot compete with Jag. Jag's hungry. And Jag's going to go in that ring and rap his ass off. Jag's going in there, that's not playing with Ill Will. If you like think Ill Will's not playing with Jag, Jag's not playing with him, man. Right? Ill Will's never faced somebody like him that's going to put that pressure on him. That could talk that talk. He could talk to Will. And that's what it's going to do. It's going to talk to Will. It's going to be an entertaining battle because they both got that size. But as far as rapping ability, Jag's got that, man. Jag's got the energy. He's got the flow. He's got the bars.
You know, I mean, not everybody's meant to be an analyst or a battle rap blogger. Respectfully, homie, all due respect to you. And appreciate you tuned in. Appreciate any support over the years. But wow, that analysis and that prediction. Hey, ARP, well, what were you thinking going in? You're the one that set the matchup. I mean, did you guys see me and Jag's face off? Hold on. I know you've seen Lamar versus Bird. No, I'm on it. I'm on it, Bearded Brick. Appreciate you. What I watched yesterday was ISO Tay versus that new guy that was like 6'7" or whatever, the big guy that was pretty much scoring downhill and had a little mid-range to him. That's what I watched yesterday. But I'm on it. I'm on it. If you guys saw my face off with Jag, which was one of the funniest things I've ever done on a channel. I really am a good promoter. I think I'm the most promoting league owner. I really was front. Like, look at the skit I did with Jims, and I did skits with Swave on the roof where the gun was be taken off me. I had Goodz in a payphone booth. I did like a skit with Old Red when I pulled up the jersey and Oz pulled up, and I drove to PA to walk through the projects looking for Rosenberg Raw, and his goons hopped out on me and he came out the projects and saved me. These are the type of trailers that I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas ain't fucking with me. They just don't remember all the history. They don't remember all of that shit, which is cool. But that face off anyway. Here's a little thing that a lot of people don't know. that face-off went so bad for Jag as somebody that I'm promoting, not just as a battle coming up on Max Out, but as a guy that's like an RBE guy. This is like a guy that came in on the Angry Fame radio battles and all that, and then here I pull him in, put him in with Jag, put him in, with Mav, put him in with Old Red, put him in with 40 Cal. Now we take you to the big stage with Ill Will. I'm invested in Jag. Okay, I believe in him. And even after our issues, still came back and did like the Arsenal Full Circle with him, did Show Off with him, did Rosenberg Raw in the Blue Room with him. I obviously believe in Jag's rap and battle rap ability. He's a great battle rapper to me. But that face-off was so bad from a promotional standpoint, I vaulted it. I only really, go look at the date. I released it after the battle. We pulled up in that space not to shoot me versus Jag face-off. That's where we shot the Hitman and Calico face-off. Okay, so I rented that space. While we were waiting for Calico, who was late as shit, shout out to my nigga Cal. And shout out to Hitman for hanging around too, because Holla ended up waiting like an hour and a half and shit, like moving around outside and shit. He had his people with him and he waited like professional. Shout out to my nigga Holla. Cal was late as fuck. But while we was there, we was trying to be productive. So me and Jag just sat down and I said, let's do a promo piece. Ill Will is not here. He was never scheduled to be there. Just me and you sit down and do something. And we ended up doing a face-off. And it was just so bad from the restaurant and his jewelry and his shirt and the way he was talking about Will and everything. It's just so bad. I was like, I can't be the one that booked this and promoting this battle. And then I put this out of me stripping this guy's character down on camera before he battles Will. Like, that's like me being on Will's side. Like, I can't do that. You know what I mean? But if you look at it from the battle rap standpoint, I'm giving pushback like, do you know how good he rebutted? Like, what do you do better than? I'm asking these questions because I know how dangerous Will is. I'm like, what do you do better than him? I was like, if he sweeps you, you move backwards, right? Who do we book you with next? Then can you rebuttal like him? Can you perform like him? I'm asking him these questions because it's Ill Will. So shout out was, I'm not going to put you out there. The person that sent me that blog we just watched, that prediction from yesterday. And when I watched it, I was just like, how do people have these type of predictions? Like, what do you watch? And that now brings me, people, to what I said I must play. One of my favorite third rounds from the Max Out series. It might be I don't know. I got to really look at all three Max Out cards. Oh, shit. Hold on. Is it my favorite third round from all of the three Max Outs? I don't know. I'll tell you what one of my favorite Blue Room battles is, because it's not a Max Out battle. It's Big K's first round versus A-Ward. That's one of my favorite Big K rounds across his entire career. But oh shit, this might be the top round. I don't know. I gotta go through the cards. All right, let's play it.
Top of the third. Top of the third.
This is so classic. This is so classic.
I really gotta talk to y'all, but first, I gotta say that this nigga
Welcome.
died. And he cracking jokes on me, but this nigga wear like a size 22 shoe in the ass. Big ass bitch. But listen, on a serious note, it's crazy how niggas just try to tell your story like they know you. Y'all want to know about Will? This is what he did. I'm gonna show you. And y'all just eat it up while they put on for you niggas. And I be sitting there like, what the fuck wrong with you niggas? I ain't never done none of that fuck shit. This is the only time I'ma stress it. I ain't never been accused, tried, charged, or accused for no domestic.
Addressing.
Both my kids know they daddy very well. That's it. And neither one of them motherfuckers is from that bitch. Speaking of that bitch, I'm talking pictures of slit wrists, thin threats to my family, stalking, straight crazy, deadbeat. I'll be a deadbeat to 1,000 fake babies. Do y'all want to know the real Will? Do y'all want to know the real Will? So we can leave the fake?
By the way, let's address how important it was for him to scratch that whole narrative off of the face of the earth once and for all. Because if everybody remembers their history, that comes out of the 40 Cal battle. When we brought 40 Cal back to battle rap on that get back card in Atlanta, on that third round, 40 Cal brought up a bunch of antics and videos and a whole bunch of stuff from allegedly a woman that started reaching out to him like, oh, you're battling Will. And it happened a bunch of times when Will battled. Somebody allegedly started reaching out to a bunch of people. I can say this. Ill Will sent me a whole bunch of stuff. And I'll leave it there. So, and even if Jag would have tried to use that angle here, he would have killed it even with this piece right here. But I don't even think that this had to be for counter right for Jag. I just think that him taking the opportunity to scratch that and not let anybody else rap to him about it ever again in his career mattered and made sense in this moment, in this third round. And he goes through so many different chapters. This one, the personal one here, it just all works. Like the way he formulates this round together in these chapters is masterful.
My PG, I came in on felony probation. Wasn't even supposed to leave the state. In the last few years, I lost my pops, my niece, a slew of brothers. I ain't complained once. Through death, divorce, beef, I hopped on every plane. I ain't missed a plane once.
He ain't lying, man. I done been a part of time. Might have been more than once. Was it twice? Bailing this guy out of jail. But before his battles, sturdy guy. Never put nothing on the lead. Never put nothing on me. He's like, I'm dealing with my shit. Life is life. But yo, what time is my flight? Like, this is my nigga, man. Like, this nigga, not only is he my favorite battle rapper because of his talent, but this is such a sturdy nigga, B. He ain't lying when he's saying this shit.
Hey, listen. The last cat. Talk to him, bro, my nigga. The last casket that dropped off, I'm empty. My heart was on it. I gave y'all some of my brightest times and my darkest moments. I'm listening to niggas give sympathy speeches for champion of the year. And I see through that. I'm trying to figure out a sympathy speech for this nigga to bring my people back. It's nothing. No, my nigga. It's nothing you can ever tell me. I'm forever ready. Pontiac got my back. Very happy. They just know me as Will. The lights make me ill, like epilepsy. But let me. I got you. Mac, I like you, nigga. You know what it is, nigga.
He's in the zone.
I'm forever ready.
He's in the zone.
Pontiac got my back very heavy. To them, I'm just Will. These lights make me ill, like epilepsy. But let's talk about Jag. I ain't gonna talk about you scamming niggas for $100. Or how you out here burning young bitches, which is literally a fucking problem. But you said you sold your man's mama crack to put money on his books. All the crackheads out here. And you went to his mama. That's what a bitch might do. I wish your daddy would have been got murked so he ain't create a piece of shit like you. Let's keep it real, blood. Let's keep it real, blood. You almost 40, talking about you a real blood. Probably ain't even got the same loyalty for your real blood. Oh, but you rap 20? I'm always 100. This a nigga that claim niggas don't want it to a nigga that's wanted. Yo shit, facts. This a nigga that claim niggas don't want it to a nigga that's wanted. Yo, this a nigga that claim niggas don't want it to a nigga that's wanted. Yo shit, I respect it, but I'm respected You with the pyros? I'm with the pyrotechnics. You want to think? I'm not done. I'm not done.
Let's go, Will.
Yo shit, I respect it, but I'm respected. You with the pyros? I'm with the pyrotechnics. You where the demons might be? I'm what a demon might be. You gotta be a blood? I feel niggas bleed just like me, nigga. Hold on. Something wrong. I gotta get this motherfucker gone. But I ain't even really gonna be able to kill him.
Come on,
unless I put the bucket on. I need y'all to do me a real favor. If y'all fuck with me, I need a real life moment of silence, because it's about to get spooky. Bow y'all fucking heads. These Jag last moments. I'm not playing, y'all. He gotta die. This is God's plan, y'all. I have a little nigga line him up for $5 grand, y'all. They find DNA, a tooth, police looking like, God damn. Blast him first, smash his turf. They help him at the spittle, I'ma stab the nurse. He getting dragged to dirt. Bitch, your name about to go from Jag to Hearst. It ain't a nigga alive to stop. I line the shot. Then it's Facebook. This chubby bitch get all headshots. Then hide the body. Paramedic. Paramedics got him. Leave him alone. Hey, I'm just trying to give y'all a show. Cause this the same nigga that took rape, something as serious as rape, and made it an angle. Record niggas talk about they selling drugs. I bet the police will thank you. You see a big dog, I see toddler. You talk about a nigga I made almost $30,000 with, and you coming to me with $3? Nigga, we had a spot over here and a spot over there. Nigga, it was pills over here, it was rocks over there. When it was hot over here, nigga, we took a spot over there. Coke so white, ARP was like, shit, what y'all got over there?
So he just did 3. He got an RBE chant. He got a Do You Believe? A wanted, bended shot. Is there a better third round from Max Out? I really, really, really want to know. People saying nah. People saying nah. Nah, we're the only ones with a no, actually, they did a chant for TBL, I think. But prior to that, we are the only ones. Is there a better third round in the Max Out series? I don't think so. It's tough to pass that. Oh my God. Well, when I tell people that you are the best battle rapper in the world, you give me the easy arguments. You really do. And they ask me like, "Oh, is this favoritism? Is this a RBE bias thing? Oh, that's your gunner. Is that what it?" No, I say it all the time. I say, if you send me to battle rap war and you say bring one battle rapper with you, within the wars, you have multiple battles, right? That's how it goes. You got a humor battle, he does it on 10. You have a bars battle, he does it on 10. You have a scheme battle, he does it on 10. You have a charisma, a stage presence, a believability, an aggression, a performance, whatever. He does it on 10 when he wants to. Even promo, when he wants to, he can do on. It's not like, and I say this with no disrespect, it's actually a great thing. Shout out to John John. You know how we say John John does everything good. He's like a Swiss Army knife. You know, he has strengths in almost every category. I feel like Will is that, but it's not like everything he does solid. I think he could do, when he wants, any single category on 10. It's my personal belief. You know, I've watched it in front of me for too many fucking years to believe different. Nobody, he's the best. He's the best. Be Magic. We in battle rap mode now, people. Be Magic. Let's go. This track, I'm hoping goes forward like the first one, because the second one was 2 minutes and 22 seconds, so it's not that long again. Okay, all right. Sometimes it could be short and potent. Speaking of potent, I do like the fact that Jay Millz gives us longer songs sometimes. 4 minutes, 5. You know, like, come on, guys, bring the bars out. But these motherfuckers are having 24-hour, 48-hour turnarounds and all that, so I can't be too mad. I can't be too mad. But first listen, let's check it out. Be Magic, what we doing? Big homie. Okay, he's got the St. Louis jacket on. I like the scenery. Like
There's niggas out here watching, so I keep the blick on. Some niggas want the smoke, so I keep the big on. I would kick it off, I got something that kicked on me. But it's odd that Nicki Minaj, your big homie, flexing in the Cardis, stepping in the Rari, while Nicki had this nigga out here dressing as a Barbie. Soon as I hit the door, you best be exiting the party, cause the tech could have a nigga disconnected from his shard. There's niggas out here watching, so I keep the blick on. Some niggas want the smoke, so I keep the big on. I would kick it off, I got something that kicked on me. Plus a drip that you got little twist as a big home. Yo, go and get the pump. You going in the slump. You was a tax write-off. I know you know it was a front. Yo, this nigga going in the trunk is a bitch that this nigga had twist, making him go and get the blunt. There's niggas out here watching, so I keep the blick on me. Some niggas want the smoke, so I keep the big on me. I would kick it off, I got something that kicked on me. But it's tough when a nigga Lil Chucky, your big homie. Take out the trash with that flow you found. I got a trick, and it's not one of your friends. This'll blow you down. It want a tour, it'll show you round. And what you mean by Chris, hold your head, I'ma hold you down. There's niggas out here watching, so I keep the blick on. Some niggas want the smoke, so I keep the big on. I would kick it off, I got something that kicked on me. But it's wild that you got pedophiles as big homies. Duck it when I fire, you gonna need a fire truck. A fireman fired your ass, and now you fired up. I spit the shit, I split the pole. Nigga, try your luck. My Glock 17, I've been fucking around with Tiger, There's niggas out here watching, so I keep the blick on me. Some niggas want the smoke, so I keep the big on me. I would kick it off, I got something that kicked on me. What's the word, fam? Birdman probably kissed home.
Again. Chucky, Magic. I like this one much better than the second one. I do. Another good track. I'm gonna have to play this with the first one and see if I like this one or the first one better. If this is the best one so far. Good shit. Good shit. We got good visuals. We got a good beat. We got good rapping. We got good editing. So that's good work. Okay. So we're going to jump up from the other day, track number 2 that I gave like a 6.5. We're going to jump this up to a nice, if I could go in between like a 7.5 and an 8, if I go 7, 8, 7, 8, 8, somewhere around there, 7, 8, 8. You know what I'm saying? Like I like it. I think it's good. B Magic is one of the best battle rappers ever, and he's good on beat. So I want to see him go to great level next. All right. We're going to let B Magic warm up because he's earned that, and he's given us at least two out of 3 joints that we rock with, that I like, that I think is good. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going like Goodz did that too. Goodz was going like this. You know, when you look at something like a J Millz and Jackboy, J Millz came out on not 10 of 10, but like 50 of 10. I think that's one of his best shits. It's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So I like that Magic is in the mix. I like that he's being competitive. This one seemed way more direct and focused pretty much on J Millz. I like that. Good work. Good work. Good work. Good work. Good work. And I'm pretty sure that if J Millz cooked up again towards B Magic, that B Magic would be coming back. But if J Millz gives you a straight dedicated track, B Magic, you're gonna have to go a little bit more up tempo, I think. And you're gonna need this round or your rap to be, I don't know if the 2 minute and 20 is gonna cut it with what J Millz has been releasing. You know, so heads up on that one. I think I did see B Magic tweet something like I ain't saying nothing else until Cuz respond or something like that. So at this point, you've dropped 3 on J Millz. Let's see if J Millz responds. If he doesn't, you know, then it could be like, all right, B Magic. And now if he drops a 4th one, people's gonna say he's chasing. You know, I like the competitive nature, but that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna say you chasing. But J Millz has been in a competitive bag. So B Magic is way more than a worthy opponent. So how do you leave this alone? 3 tracks from B Magic? You really should be looking at it like, all right, as far as this whole St. Louis thing with Verb, people saying it's Saturday. Verb still didn't drop. He promised a track on Friday or something like that. I told you I don't need Verb's songs anymore. J Millz gave me everything I needed from the battle. Who's holding their breath? Anybody that's over there, you know, dying for Verb to drop or dying for Briz Rothstein's return, sometimes you just have to let things be what they are, okay? Like, everybody calm the fuck down and move on some fucking times. It is what it is. So I think J Millz should say, all right, Verb, you keep talking. I'm gonna go ahead and fight with B Magic for a quick second, because we're all gonna tune into J Millz's tracks, and then we'll get a chance to compare more. B Magic, don't let Millz drop 1 and people start comparing to all 3. That's not good. That's not good. So sometimes, and this is a message to everybody, sometimes you get one chance to make a first impression, and that's why it's so important to come out in your first round, even if it's on stage or on beat, and you come out swinging. You don't always get a chance to heat up and warm up, because when somebody come out and they say fatality, then that's it, you know. So we'll see. But good track from Magic. This one is better than the second one that he dropped. I do like it. All right, this says, you see Mickey Facts live last night. It's still up, and he about to go at True Foe. He said he got 3 songs he previewed, 2 last night towards at the end of it, because Verb got True Foe to crash out for him. That J Millz got one for True Foe. Verb got True Foe to rap for him, or to rap going at J Millz. Why is that solid? Why is that cool for hip hop? Does Verb think he's Jay-Z? Jay-Z got away with some of that at times. 50 Cent accused him of that. Here goes your references, people. You know, like 50 Cent did a video saying every time somebody stepped to Jay-Z, he put somebody else in front of him. You know, here comes Jadakiss, he puts Beanie Siegel in front of him. Here comes Joe Button or Jim Jones, you put somebody else in front of you. But Jay-Z executed in a way where he lived on cloud 9, and when he did come out, it was earth-shattering, right? So he did it the right way and made people look smaller as a result. Verb don't make people look smaller. The whole battle rap culture is saying you look weak as fuck for not responding yet. So to now push in It's gonna look like what? Like Truffaut. Don't let Verb make you look like his Doja. Because I didn't hear this live. I just hope that's not the case. Like Truffaut, I hope that's not the case. Verb says, "Hey, go get him." Like, huh? You know what Jay Mills should do if that's what happens? Before I listen to Mickey Faz live, if that's what happened, you know what you should do? You should just beat up the source then. You know what I mean? Like, just beat up the source, not the hitman. Just beat up the source. Like you sent Truffaut, so now I'm dropping another track on Averb. That's what I would do. Like, what is that? I mean, I'm not surprised because we see how Verb is, what type of person he is. So I'm not surprised at this. Shout out to Mickey. Shout out, whatever. I don't know. And thank you for the super. Jamin Sampson. Appreciate you, homie. Thank you for the big super. But whatever. What do you want me to do with some of this shit, man? What do you want me to do? All right. Speaking of activity, I'm here for it. It looks like Sirius Jones is about to enter the chat, people.
So, I don't really know that guy. We had one conversation in which he was giving me flowers. I never called you and I don't have your number, okay? But leave you alone is the last thing that's about to happen. I was getting a little bored, so thanks, man. You know what I'm saying? But I guess everybody want a piece of the algorithm. And all call-outs is mandatory. So I tell you what, you Mr. Snuffleupagus sounding and looking ass nigga. Give me 24 hours. Funny. Watch this. I'm about to twist your motherfucking top faster than them Africans in the shop, nigga. Stupid.
Was it Afro Jones or Sirius Jones or Elephant Man? You sounded real weird in your song. I'm known to keep a burner, boy, right here in this chrome. If it air at your dome, it'll break a serious bone. I don't know what you battle niggas really be on. They seem real, then boom, bad news, really be close. That's why.
Why did Luke go at Jones? Is there any history? It doesn't have to be at this point, right? I don't know. Jones seems to say that there's no history at all. What made, I don't know. Did Luke mention that? Y'all let me know in the chat. But Luke, I like Luke track better than all three of Magic's joints, to be honest. It's just he was firing at multiple people. Froze and Jones and Millz and Verb. So we'll see. Sometimes, because Luke is considered more like an up-and-comer on the battle rap side of things, right? But these songs and these diss tracks can have some of these up-and-comers be engaged with some of these top tiers and some of these legends. That's pretty much what happened with Eazy the Block Captain's top tier diss, right? He was looked at a little bit more underneath the top tiers. He dropped that, and they all turned it, and it was a fire track. So he got a jump up in status from that. And this could happen for Luke. I think there's a lot of people talking about Luke being in the midst of all these battle rap drops right now that maybe we have heard Luke's name said within battle rap recently, right? So this could be good for him. He's got to leverage it the right way. But you got Jones about to send one at you. So now you got to hold up the shield. Now you got to go through somebody else's attack. We'll see. But this could really benefit somebody like a Luke because it could up his stock in his eyes. So we'll see. All right. So speaking of Eazy and the top tier diss, let's now go to Eazy and Goodz and Hennyman. So title time, people. Let's get into the main event. Goodz and Hennyman address Eazy the Block Captain. All right. So once again, shout out to Goodz, shout out to Hennyman, shout out to DNA. Shout out to their podcast. Good to see Goodz back. Their visuals has always been dope. They're doing it. It looks like once again in good store. He has that set up dope with all the graffiti and everything. Hell, we just seen it look like that on B Magic's video, right? He's got some of the kicks up front. I remember he called these the oil spills. I wouldn't mind getting my hand on one of these leather buckets. Right? What is this right here that's being promoted? Is this a candle? Is this what is this right here? What product is this? It's got the slick walk boxes behind them. He's always had a dope logo. The SW with the credit. That's a dope logo the way it looks. The I Disagree podcast. So let's get into it, man. There's more details that we're going to go through from the night in question when Eazy and Cassidy are supposed to battle the second location. I've never heard before. We get to hear about some of Eazy's back and forth with Henny. Goodz addresses or answers his take on the whole security thing. So let's walk through some of these pieces, y'all, in the highlights.
Happens now. The league just lose their money. No. It ain't about the defend it. The leagues just lose their money, and these ain't they don't collect their money.
Everybody just move on.
So what's the sense of contracts? Because a contract was breached. I'm lost. This is why I be catching people at when they talk about contracts.
That's a good point.
You showing that your contract don't really hold no weight. I'm lost.
Yo, I think TBL dropped the ball on this situation because I don't think it get no pause bigger than what happened in Philadelphia. Nobody cared about the 3-round battle after we saw all that controversy to the build up. The 1 round in Philadelphia, you can't do it in Atlanta. You can't do it in Alaska or Arizona or any of the 8 states. You got to do that shit in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But Eazy is very uncomfortable in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We all saw that.
So is he from there or not?
No, he's not. It's a flat answer. He was born there. And then he moved, and he's more influenced by a place called Pottsville.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me do a take to 2 of those pieces. The whole thing about first the contracts. Do the contracts just become meaningless? Do the leagues lose their money? There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we will never know. That's TBL's business. They know their contracts. They know their pay-per-view. They know their VOD. They know their ups to downs around this event and the finances of it. We don't know that stuff. Okay. When a battle doesn't complete or doesn't happen upon schedule, it always comes down to a contract and the way that the league and the artists agree on that dotted line. You see a lot of people over the years take the position of, I did what I was supposed to do. I showed up, so pay me. Not unless that's in your contract, right? Me, I tell you all the time, I've always taken the position as a league owner, and I learned this very early, all the way up to even my second event ever that had Math Hoffa versus O-Red as the main event. And Math had the fight with Disaster the week before. So I lost my main event the week after. All right. O-Red, I didn't pay him. He was in the building, ready to rap. It wasn't his fault. He did everything he was supposed to do, but I didn't pay him. Instead, what I did was I moved his business forward, and that's how I got the Oops battle to happen. He was never interested in really battling Oops, but we had that situation together, money already tied in, and I gave like another little extra deposit on top of it as an incentive and said, let's do Oops on my next card. I'm trying this new concept called Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And that ends up being one of the best battles on the RBE channel. Okay. But it's your contract. The reason why I always contract like that, first of all, you have to have the reputation and you have to have the trust from the community as a business person. I think the fair side for me is that I never requested the deposit back, unless you ran off or you canceled on me or you're trying to play a game. If the battle doesn't happen and it's not your fault, I don't ask for the deposit back. And I even put that in the contract. Instead, what I say is this money carries forward to the next booking. And we remain in business to complete a situation. Okay. If you don't have that in the contract and it's not clear, then a battler has the space to say, I'm keeping this. And we see that happen many, many times over the years. So you leagues, you need to decide how you want to have that or go about those type of situations, because battle rap events always have something missing. It's like inevitable, man. It's like when do we get a year and some of the biggest battles in recency just didn't happen? It could be John and Cassidy. It could be Cassidy and Eazy didn't finish. It could be this battle got canceled. This person they had some one recently. Was it the tournament? Shorty was in the building, but the battle didn't happen. I don't know the circumstances, but it's so common, unfortunately, for battles not to happen upon schedule. So a league is supposed to mitigate that in their contract in some form. Okay. Now, as far as losing money, nobody knows two things about that night in question. Nobody knows how many pay-per-view sales actually happened despite the battle only being 1 round. What if it was $1 million? That's number one. But the flip side of that coin, what if it was $1 million that came in on stream? What if it was $1 million in refunds? Now you start to be in the red. What if it was not even $1 million? What if the card costs $200,000? You got $1 million on the pay-per-view, but you got $900,000 in refunds. You're down $100,000. You're in the red from the deposits that's still out, and the travel, and the hotels, and the bandwidth, and all the stuff that it takes to put that shit together, that event. So nobody knows that except for TBL. Okay. As far as Cassidy and Eazy's back ends, I'm not going to act like I know that either. But as far as it being left there, and it looks like it's not going to be completed at this point, you know, based on the energy and the diss tracks and the things that's going on, and Chilla's interview that dropped recently that we went over. That second piece here that Hennyman breaks down, I agree with. The whole thing about putting the battle in Philly changed the importance of the battle. Even if you remove the Pottsville stuff, right? Before that comes into the face-off and it becomes this big narrative, right? Before that, you still got a narrative of new era battle rap king of Philly versus original era of king of battle rap, so to speak. That's a lot within itself. Then them being from there adds so much to the turnout, to the interest, to the personal investment of it. You know, it's like going to your favorite team's home game. It adds history to the battle. We like neutral locations because of the fan engagement within these events of cheering and booing. So battlers do like neutrality. But sometimes there's just these situations, especially if y'all both from the same place, where it adds to the history or the legacy or the importance and all these things. Later on, after these contracts were signed and all this stuff, that's when the Pottsville stuff happened. Nobody knew that stuff was going to happen. Maybe Cass did, maybe he didn't. And it happened prior. We saw some of that stuff come up but it never really hit like that until Cass did it, right? So Henny is right. Now when we got to recreate this whole energy, this whole vibe, this whole promo run, the people that's in the building, all the celebrities from Philly that came out, the important rappers that came out, and the look of it, the narratives of the promo of, I got these people with me and you got these people with you, and who wants to lose that? That becomes a big piece of it. Before any of that shit happened, I said, yo, it's going to be interesting to look at this footage when it's all said and done and see who's standing behind who. Before all the drama, I said that. You know, so I totally agree that it's one of the most missed opportunities as far as the moment and what it encapsulated. Now, does that help certain people? And I think it helps Eazy on the rebound more than it helps Cass. You know, what do you think? Obviously, you know, because if you're Eazy and now the battle happens in Delaware or Atlanta or Florida, you don't have that whole the Philly look and all that, and maybe that the battle that happened, the one round never gets uploaded. Maybe this new Florida look or Atlanta look or Delaware look or New Jersey look or Staten Island look. You know, I think that's where they say the twerk and the Eazy happen right now. That's what gets uploaded. So you don't got Reed and Freeway and Stiz and K Walk and all. You don't like, that's all narration to the battle. You know, Eazy could try to rewrite some of his stuff and knock some of that down with a location change, but then you got to think about, how does Cassidy feel about it? This is all part of my, you don't know if I'm saying. So Henny is spot on here, man. It's just certain moments where it's literally lightning in a bottle and you don't get the opportunity to recreate it. Okay. So that's the business and that's the location piece. All right, let's go to this next clip that I saw.
I mean, come on. We got angles that we never heard. You know what I mean? Eazy brother being a snitch.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right after that, a couple days later, his other brother comes out and confirms it.
It's crazy.
That battle. You know what I mean? Eazy had angles. He said something about Cass being in PC. It didn't really shake the earth, but these is angles. This is beef. This is controversy. This sells. What the fuck are y'all doing?
So do you think Eazy dropped the ball by not getting out that car and battling in that small room that day?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Because Eazy would have left with the respect.
He would have,
wanted
for
to make
sure.
it seem like there was 40 people out there that was with Cassidy. First of all,
You was there?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay.
And I might not be best friends with Eazy the Block Captain, but I wasn't there with Cassidy. You know what I mean? Like that's not a thing. Iron Solomon was there. He wasn't there with Cassidy. Cortez.
We can see that because when you're watching the stream, the live pay-per-view the night of, remember Eazy and his security guard, they walked out. Shortly after Cassidy and his entourage followed. And then the cameras were still on the pit. And Hennyman was just in the middle, just like doing things like interviewing Freeway and on his phone and all this type of stuff. So he wasn't with Cassidy's entourage. He would have walked out with them if so. That's true.
And all his homies was there. They wasn't there with Cassidy. People was there to see Reed versus Cortez and Cassidy versus Eazy.
And I can also see that because that's exactly something that happened with Calico and Ill Will. Calico and Ill Will didn't happen in the venue, as you know, that historic battle on the RBE channel turns out to be one of the best battles because we did it in the street. But when that venue shut us down after we got off the J Millz and the K Shine, it was like, damn, we can't finish the co-main event. And now we're outside just like in flight. Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're gonna go over. Let's pull up over here, yo. Cal is ready to, he's down to battle. Will's down to battle. That's all I need. I got Avo, I got Will, I got Calico, I got RBE. That's really all we need. By the time we pull up to the spot, 60% of the people that were there weren't supposed to be, shouldn't be there, shouldn't have been there. You know, like you see, Tay-Rock is in that footage. And I'm not trying to say like, oh, I don't want you there. Like, shout out to Tay-Rock. But I don't even remember seeing Tay-Rock in the building. How did he pull up to the after with Ill Will and Calico? Somebody maybe let him know, or I don't know. Who else is in the Mac Myron is there, of course. He's with Will. Swave and Team Hami is there. They with Will. That makes sense. You see Calico's entourage. I'm telling you, there's a bunch of people in that crowd. Even some of the ladies. Like there's people there that I don't even know how they knew how to get to the battle. Clean got an interview. Clean was just like, yo, that RBE shit is so much respect. That nigga ARP, like he knows how to formulate this shit. This is literally a clean paper interview. I remember him saying, he was like, all I remember is they left that venue and a whole bunch of cars followed. And the niggas is like, yo, just follow ARP or whatever. We wasn't being trailed. I know. But his point was like, still, what I take from it is people just like, yo, where's the battle going to be at? Because people still want to see it. People still invested. And it's not like it was that far away. It was probably like a 15, 20-minute drive away. So, yeah, there's probably people hearing things, text messages going around, phone calls being made. Yo, where's the... And it's not even the main event. Like, Cal and Ill Will was a big battle, but it wasn't a main event. And it had history of it, that whole Midwest thing. It didn't happen before and all that. They had tension at the time. It felt like Calico and Will, obviously Cal showed some of it in the battle, but it's not the caliber of anticipation and energy of Cassidy and Eazy. It wasn't. So I wouldn't be surprised if 20% of the building found out where the mother was pulling up and got out there. So 40 people being there, actually, you're lucky it's not 400. Because if there was 1,000 people in the building and 400 people got their hands on that address or whatever, like, I don't care. I paid. I'm pulling up. Let me see what's going on. Let me see. That's what fans will do. I lived it. That's what people will do. Not even just fans, even just people that's part of the culture, like Hennyman, part of the culture. You're like, oh, I'm over there. That's how it go. That's really how it go. Man, hearing this is like more of a letdown. I ain't gonna lie.
If he would have walked in there, he would have got respect. But they talking about well, why all them niggas need to be there, But that wasn't the only battle. Reed and Cortez
it's a regular crowd.
So what y'all think this nigga gonna get out the car, walk past all of us and make us stand outside while they rap, and then he walk back out that door and we out there in the cold. It's cold as shit too, man. Y'all think that's gonna happen, or y'all think that Reed and Cortez gonna rap? We gonna go in there
and then come back out,
and then gotta come back out because he come in. Come on, dog. What type of
Did I miss that, people? Am I hearing that correctly? Because that's the detail I'd never heard before. I'm gonna rewind it again. Is Henny saying when they got to the second location, all the people that ended up being out there whether they with Cass, not with Cass, regular people from the culture, fans that got a hold of the address, TBL entourage, whoever, that they went in and did the Cortez and the Reed battle, and then it was being requested that those same people that possibly was in there for that exit for the Cassidy and the Eazy. Is that what he's saying? I'm gonna replay one more time.
He would have got respect, but they talking
That's how you
about
get the
they talking
respect,
about
yeah.
well, why all them niggas need to be there, but that wasn't the only battle. Reed and Cortez
it's a
was
regular
rapping.
crowd. Yeah.
So what y'all think this nigga gonna get out the car, walk past all of us, and make us stand outside while they rap, and then he walk back out that door, and we out there in the cold. It's cold as shit too, man. Y'all think that's gonna happen, or y'all think that Reed and Cortez gonna rap? We gonna go in there
and then come back out,
and then gotta come back out because he come in. Come on, dog. What type of
that's a lot.
That's either I take. And that's why he left without respect. Because a real Philly N-word nigga, I forgot I'm not on Battle Rap Track. A real Philly nigga gonna go in that building and do work. If that's where you from, why you scared to go in the building where you from?
This is battle rap.
It's battle rap.
I never heard that detail before, but it does add. It already wasn't a great look of the battle not happening at the second location, and then the footage of the pull off and all that, but that adds even more layers to it. It's just like, that's why people look at Cortez like, look at Cortez. Cortez ain't from here like he is. You know what I'm saying? He went in there and did work. You know, second location, hey, versus another Philly legend, Reed Dollars. Reed could have had as many people, his friends there too. And I don't even think it comes across Cortez's mind of like, all right, this isn't the location that we decided to be, because I know that if it happened in that big room, there's going to be some more tri-state people there, and I'm going to have a little bit more love. This is more intimate. People done got their hands on the address. Some people is friends with this person, and he lives here, whatever. I know it's going to be more Philly people in here than tri-state people. So, and he goes in there and he works. And he works. And people say, everybody go watch Cortez and Reed. It's a great battle. Like, I'm not stretching it where I say I understand how it looks like in hip hop, where it's such a competitive, aggressive, gangster street, everybody's a street person environment, how you lose respect. I understand it. I understand it, man. It's like, what does it say? Cortez getting his bars off and that back end. Why not? Why not? What's this last one? I'm going to the next clip. Be for real, ARP. We knew that night. They was negotiating just each battler and one security, and to imply that it was out of fear tells me niggas had other intentions. This ain't hard to figure out. I'll tell you why I don't really see this angle. First of all, negotiations are two-sided, right? And it's not a negotiation. It's people's already trying to do something on the fly, fix something on the fly, which same thing I did in the street with we didn't even have a venue for Calico and Ill Will. We did it. That's why that footage is so gritty. We just did it in the street. You know, everybody, sharks around, and there's sharks in the pond right here. A million things on deck right here. But this is what we all claim that we cut from, right? That we all cut for and built for. That's what we all say, right? So it shouldn't be that, right? Now, if somebody like, let's say, Will says Calico got 15 people with him and I just got 4 people with me, the same thing even happened at the press conference. If you go watch the press conference stream that's on the RBE channel, Calico had a bunch of people in there and they were trolling Ill Will during the press conference, and Ill Will was getting agitated. They even pressed him at almost like a street level. Go watch the press conference. Calico and Ill Will. He was getting pressed a little bit. Ill Will stood his ground, but he then even comes back the next day knowing. He says, like, even in the press conference, he like, Cal, you worried about me. That's why you got all these people here. Will knew. Calico them came out here to this event with 80 people, and it's not even where Calico is from. It's New York. We did the press conference in Jersey, and then Manhattan is Club Drum, right over the bridge, 15, 20 minutes away. Calico had like 20, 30 people with him at the press conference, and they was all trolling and pressing Will, making Will uncomfortable. All right, cool. And then still battled in the street at that, not even in the protection of a padded down venue, but in the street. When the only people with him outside of Mac Myron is Team Hami. Team Hami, Swave, and like 1 or 2 other people. It's all documented in the press conference, in the footage, in the interviews, in the battle. You know? We're saying that Eazy is from there. So negotiating how many people based on either reaction or comfort, especially where you're from, is not what people are going to accept from street battle rap. You know, now I get it, there's business in play here, but that's for the rapping. You get paid for the rapping and the performance. And this is already a situation that's not going to make it to pay-per-view, right? Live pay-per-view. So the one security guard and all that, like, nobody does that. Nobody that night in question told me, yo, ARP, wherever we pop out and do this, man, Will does say like, yo, them 20 people that was like, we ain't doing that. That's not what happened. It was just like, yo, where are we going to rap? And I got to stand in all the stuff that I claim to be. And that's what happens, you know? And Calico gives the world of respect to Will now. The way he rapped, he performed, and he held himself down. Go ask Cal and Will where some of their mending comes from. It's that same concept of like, we fought and we both could get up and walk away, and now we have a lot of respect for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a good fighter, and I just kicked his ass, but he got in there and threw them bitches with me. It's that. Cassidy hated Eazy going in probably, but if he would have popped out like, yo, come on. No matter what Cassidy say, Cassidy still got to be like, right? We got to make Cass stand on that too. I would have. So I don't know if I'm going for this. Don't just say because, let's say Cass, for example, isn't accepting, oh, we're going to do 1-1 or 3-3 or 5-5, that means that he has intentions to do something to Eazy. How do you go make that type of leap? I don't see that. I don't see that. And even if that is the case, man, I'll go 1-10 if I got my friend with me. You see what I'm saying? Like, because all it takes is for one to balk and 50 motherfuckers start rolling on the cars and shit. Like, I ain't going for that. I lived it. So I can't, I don't have to go for it. I'm cool. I respect the comment though. All right, next clip.
Do you think Eazy dropped the ball by not getting out that car and battling in that small room that day?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Because the Eazy would have left with the respect.
He would have.
He wanted to make it seem like there was 40 people out there that was with Cassidy. First of all,
you was there?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay.
And I might not.
All right, so I don't want to double cover that one. I think I was going to play a little bit more of that one. I'm going to move to this one instead.
And saying all types of shit. Come on, bro. Nobody want to do nothing to you.
Oh, I was on
and something's already been done to you. Worry about that.
So what you feel about that? The son, I saw him saying he was talking to bloggers too.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's gonna get security.
Bloggers. Yeah, it said bloggers.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you.
And the title call is the difference between blogging and disrespect.
Yeah.
He disrespected all the bloggers.
Of course.
Right.
How that makes sense?
And any man. Like you can't go around to why you're just gonna slap any man and just think like how's it going in an event too?
How's it gonna end up?
That's gonna end.
That's why I keep.
You gotta be careful too, because you got all this cyberbullying stuff allegedly that's happening within battle rap. I don't know allegedly who's behind some of it, but there are still yet people coming on camera and issuing threats, direct or indirect, with security at that. Like, go figure that.
You say you're just gonna hold your face and let me get an interview.
But see, the problem is he only know how to think how he think. He let a nigga slap him and didn't do nothing, so he think that
Hennyman on the road, bro. That makes sense though. Yeah.
Like, nah, nigga, I'm gonna pay my security. First of all, that's a lawsuit. You putting too many words out there when you talk about Remy money.
Yeah.
Remy will get sued immediately, not you.
Yeah, you know niggas already clipped it up too. They already saved that.
That's giving out gun permits. You gonna get your security pop.
You feel me?
Yes.
Like it's so many other variables
You slapped me.
No, he didn't say. He said put hands. He said put hands and feet.
Hands and feet.
Hands
Don't
and
sit in
feet.
your head. Your feet ain't gonna make it.
Yo.
Gun lock his head.
It's not a shot at his security. This is a shot at him. He's the one that's saying his security. That's like these cool guys and professionals. He's the one that's saying this. You know what I mean? So I don't want his security to hear this and be like, yeah, you nobody go blah blah.
Yeah.
He the one that puts y'all in the line of fire.
He shouldn't be promoting violence at all.
Putting your hands on niggas. Look at the internet.
Yeah, at all.
Just look at that.
Yeah, I don't think. And this is another thing too. This is what I believe in. It. If you're gonna do something, don't say it on the inside. I don't say nothing I'm gonna do.
This is entertainment, bro. Stop it. The violence stops the money for mad years. It's everybody fucking stop, yo.
I have a take to that, but let me play this last clip and then I'll come back to it.
The flag's on.
Yeah. Who? So what happened? Who got flagged? What happened with that?
First, like I said, he confused on what a real nigga is. He basically said publicly, anybody who hurt my feelings.
Actually, before I get to that, now let me do the in between take. The whole thing about issuing threats online. I agree with Goodz. Like we shouldn't be saying that. People that say or issue threats online. Of course, you have to be 1000% willing to stand on it because nobody just wants to be that all talk type of person, right? Like, if Holla, for example, says he forces himself like that, and I always bother him about that shit, like, yo, my nigga, like, because I know he'll do something. There's a lot of times where I just try to calm him down or try to stop him from. I mean, like it just be what it be, but he stands on it, so he says it, and he knows like my reputation is if I say it. And if I don't come from that, if I don't do it, I'm against everything that I stand for. But other people there's also people there's a lot of people like Holla too that's going to say it online. It's going to be that when they see you. But there's a lot of people that just, for the sake of the internet, just say things, right? Threats online, bullying online, and talking that level of physicality online. Never a good thing. We all need to grow out of it, whether you stand on it or not. That's being real. We all need to grow out of it. We all need to stop it. I think I only remember like one instance, or maybe two instances where one, I issued an actual threat to somebody online, and another one, I implied a threat. The implied threat was to Steams because he said, if Show Off is on a card, I'm coming. And I was just like, don't work like that. RBE's my house. And I was like, you know what happened if somebody shows up to an RBE event and we don't want him there? That's an implied threat, right? But when he got there, Steams would tell you, I walked straight up to him and encountered him and approached him about our online shit. And I had to hear certain things for us to then move forward. You know what I mean? And shout out to Steams. And as far as me and Flip's involvement in that, everybody know we fought. So there's actual physicality that happened behind online talk. Okay. The third one, I guess, is Verb. Me and Verb, when we was tweeting each other, we was threatening each other. He said, when I see y'all break your jaw, I hate threat. Like my whole life I've been like that. I've never been good with threats. I've never been good being threatened. Anyway, but those were his words. And then I got to say, yo, let's fly in, let's lock into the room for a second, then we'll still do the battle, all of that. And then of course the battle's over. Him and Young Ill, they don't do the card gets blown up, they end up on URL, he battles Lux, Young Ill comes back versus Briz, ironically, all this type of stuff. But when we do cross paths at Hitman Holla's mixtape event, we have to stand on some type of energy. And what happened between me and Verb. We have to take this walk because of this. This is like, if you're going to stand on the tweets or the blogs, people, we have to go take a walk. Another one about not just idle threats, right? I want to say even about doing your own work, putting in your own work. When you got like a stranger or something like that, shit pop off at the club, you might get your ass jumped. You know what I'm saying? When you got somebody that's lesser or in a weaker position than you, and I promised y'all the blog is topic, so here it is. I do think it's weak to get online and say, hey, bloggers or anybody, I'm going to get my security to do something to you. Are there bloggers that entice something happening to them online? There's a million podcasters and a million bloggers that do so. Okay. Some people might take issue with Piper Boy calling him a rat every intro that he does. Some people might take issue with the way that Angry Fan talks to people sometimes. SMD, he says a lot of reckless stuff to people, right? Can't use Jay Black. I don't think he's ever dissed or disrespected somebody. Who else? I don't think 3 Letter Man has that I remember seeing. I'm talking about really saying shit that's just like next level shit. Some of the edgier bloggers. Vodafly said some things that people might want to see him. He called people rats, matter of fact. Yeah, he called him rat. Chris Unbiased has said some things to people that people might want to, if face to face, things might have a certain energy. Yeah. So, but they have to stand on that. And of those examples that I gave of like inside battle rap bloggers, I wouldn't want to see any of them jumped behind their words, because we don't look at them like that, and we don't look at those situations like that, and we don't see them carrying it like that. Like when Angry Fan had his physical situation, right? He was by himself, right? So to say I'm gonna get just my security, that's already a thing. Like, wow. But then to do your dirt for you, and I like speaking from positions where, once again, like my shit is already documented. So it's not like ARP is just on camera talking some shit that he don't walk. It's all words from him. Nah. Like, I remember 2 occurrences. One is going to be the Verb one again. But there was one that was at a New York event. And it was a league owner. I'm not going to say which league owner. It was online talking about pulling up or whatever. It wasn't talking about pulling up on a rah-rah shit. It's just that you should know that our energy, we shouldn't be around each other. And I had my man Rod there. That's the one wearing a gray hoodie and the Goodz and Jim's scuffle on stage. Shata's in the midst of this. My man Tim is in the midst of this. Tim had just came home. I was like feeding him opportunities to be like a part of these events and hold shit down, because he had just came home. My man Tim, we used to always work out and play ball together and everything. Tim is like 6'7", 3, like he's like a Hulk. You know, you might see him on stage wearing like a Brick by Brick t-shirt and glasses in the Goodz in the gym situation too. I think he's there. Yeah. But it was a different event. He's there. Like, it's a bunch of these people that do something, like really, really do something. And everybody's looking at me, the leader. Like, if this league owner comes, what do you want us to do? The moment he comes to that front door and tries to pay or whatever, what are we going to? And I said, don't touch them. Don't do nothing. The last thing I'm going to allow is out into the culture. This person acted like they showed up to support or to like just watch the battles or some shit like that. And a bunch of these RBE niggas smashed them. I said, I'm not letting that go out into the culture. If this person has the audacity to pull up to this shit, I just want you to come get me and I'm going to take it from there. I had to stand that. And I was hoping that nothing was going to happen, because I don't want to have to I'm running an event. But if you pull up here, you don't even, I'm not even sure if you know what you're pulling up for. But ARP is going to take on this walk. You know what I'm saying? And the other one was with Verb at that mixtape. Shout out to my brother Ant. I told the story before. Ant saw Verb before I did. You know, we're sitting there, we're chilling. And Ant is just like, yo, I think that's Verb over there. And I look, I say, where? He said, like, right over there in the section. And I'm like, I don't see him. And he's like, he points and he goes right over there. And I turn back again to look. And I don't see this nigga. And when I turn back to Ant, he's not there, because he had already went behind me and started to dart. And I turned back quick enough and I grabbed him. And I said, no. You're not going. I'm going. I can't let you do this in front of me. I have to be the one, because it's me and him. I grab him, I say no. And then by the time me and Verb take a walk, Ant comes out. And Verb will tell you, I told Ant, I said, go back inside. Don't come out here with us. Go back inside. He came outside like, what we doing? I said, go back inside. And he listened to me. He went back inside. I wanted to be outside by myself. So when I see this, it's like, I just don't understand when people move like, or come, like, what are you going to do? Like, let's say you catch up with Chris Unbiased. You're going to have allegedly security guards slap him up or hit him or put hands and feet on him. That just looks so crazy. And yes, there are a lot of things that are said online that makes you want to do something to somebody, right? But you have to also know the circumstances, your opponent, you know what I mean? Like, there's just things that just make you not street or it's like weak to do. It's like, do it yourself. Don't try to say it's security doing it, you know, but don't even go after these bloggers anyway, because bloggers do what they do, which is why Eazy always originally took the approach of trying to control everything. And that actually segues me perfectly into this clip.
I'm going to flag their channel. You feel me?
Yeah.
So the other day, you know what I mean? He tried, yeah. Well, that's how I hear it. You know what I mean? That's what it translates to in my head.
But if somebody flagged you, that doesn't mean they're gonna take your shit down.
He tried to get me flagged and get a video taken down because I used a 7-second clip of him saying Chrome 23 is shut down for the year.
They email, you got an email from the. All right, then
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna just say it because we on I Disagree podcast. I said I'm gonna keep it 100. No, I have Quarter Lab.
Oh, you got Quarter Lab. So Quarter Lab. They have to hit you.
So Quarter Lab called me.
They have to hit
called
you.
Quarter Lab to try to get my shit. Now it's different ways you can flag something. You can flag something to where the person gets a warning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or you could like, hey, take this down, or else it's like 3 different ways you could go about it. He wanted them to take my video down, which means that it's a strike on my channel and I won't be able to post for a certain amount of time. Now I do fair use content anyway. My blogs is me talking, and then it might be a 10-second reference to give context.
So you can get flagged for 10 seconds, 15 seconds?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
He tried. The key word in here is tried.
Right.
He tried to flag me.
Right.
It was not successful. I took the little 10-second snippet out.
But that's my point. So that's my point. I want to take it out.
Well, see, that's
because that's the thing. So if I wanted to take it out, if it's 10 to 15 seconds, can they take your video down for that?
So this is the thing.
What's the rules?
This is the thing. Now, he told Quarter Lab to do it. They contacted me. I took it out. Pause. But he could have also went straight to YouTube.
Hold on. One second. We got.
I don't know why nobody said that shit. Your mind over here lunching.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let's have a moment of silence for that one.
Yeah, listen, man.
Because that was all right. Now go. You good?
Nah, but he could have went through. He can also go straight through YouTube, and they were using robots. You feel me? So if the flag worked, I would have to dispute it, and then
he said Quarter Lab called him. That's how he knew. Here's the thing about. Let me teach y'all something real quick. Here's the thing about an MCN. Okay, a management content network. That is like Complex has one, and Quarter Lab is one, and there's a lot of good MCNs out there. Bunch of us are with Quarter Lab. I'm with Quarter Lab as well. The thing about being an MCN, look at it like this: you got YouTube at the top, okay? You got all these partners on the side or sponsors on the side that give YouTube money to run their ads, their commercials, their promotion, Mercedes, Sprite, Coca-Cola, presidential runs and campaigns, all this stuff, right? They get all this money. And then underneath YouTube, you have, well, let me say here, content creators, let's say like me, right? And I put music video, and here goes a record label that gave them money to promote Eminem's new album. So they know that this content creator down here who's got a channel that's dedicated to like music reaction videos, that's a good channel to play Eminem's commercial from this record label that gave me money to market on them, right? Play the ad on this content creator shit, right? But in between YouTube and their sponsors and the content creator is an MCN. An MCN, the Management Content Network, is like a Quarter Lab once again. They have a direct partnership with YouTube. YouTube doesn't pay me directly now if I elect to go with an MCN in the middle. YouTube pays the MCN, and then the MCN pays me. Okay. Now the thing about the MCN here in the middle, and I put them here instead of me going directly with YouTube because I get benefits from being with them. Content ID, channel stuff, monetizing my content on other people's channels if need be, all the type of perks that you get from working with a MCN, and of course they get their fee, right? The thing though about an MCN is the same way a channel down here, like let's say 5 channel strikes and you're out, and they're gonna take down your channel. An MCN has things that they need to keep up with as well. I think there's like, let's say 10 strikes. Let's say an MCN has 100 content creators as clients, okay? And of your 100 channels, if you add up amongst these 10 channels or 100 channels, 10 strikes, you could lose your MCN partnership. So it's just as big of a business for Quarter Lab here underneath YouTube to keep their content creators that are their clients in good standings as it is for them. Because not only can they lose the money via their content creator clients, but they can lose their full MCN partnership if their clients get too many flags. Because then YouTube got to look at them and say, who the hell are you working with? All these people that got this bad content and all of this type of stuff. So we got to drop you as an MCN. MCN has rules too that they need to abide by. So it's smart. What Quarter Lab will do is they'll get a call, like allegedly, let's say from an Eazy, and he said, yo, take down Hennyman's video because he's using 7 seconds of me saying Rem's joint or Chrome 23 is over, right? And I don't fuck with him, so I want that video down, right? They don't want to just strike the video, Quarter Lab. They want to speak to Henny, and they want to get him to do it because, once again, those strikes can affect them as well. So they would rather everybody just stay compliant or work together, or can you clip it out after, which is what Henny said that he did. They don't want to have to be in the middle of it getting somebody ending up with a channel strike, not a copyright, but a channel strike, because you getting hurt as my client hurts me too. You get it? So that's what he said. He said, I'll let the cat out the bag. I'm a Quarter Lab too. So they called me and they told me, and it's in their best interest to negotiate between both sides and let people know what's going on. So that's how this wasn't no just random. He just guessed. They're both with Quarter Lab, and Quarter Lab's in the middle trying to sort this out so that everybody remains in good standings, which is good for everybody. You get it? So hope that breakdown helps. All right, let's go back to this.
Dispute with fair use, they would have cleared it anyway.
Right,
but it's like, what's the point?
What's the point?
10 seconds, I left the blog up. It's at 14,000 views still, even with him doing what he did. And then I bombed on him the next day too. Like, fuck it. We gonna double up the money on that. That's cool.
That's
cool.
Sense.
And I won't use no more of his content. What I'm gonna do and what I did in my last blog, I take his quote, right? So he said the security shit. I took the quote, the exact words, I put it in the AI female voice. So
I saw that.
I put it in the AI female voice. That way he can't say, it's my, you know what I mean? And I put a picture next to Steve Virgo next to it so people know who said it. And it is what it is, man. I mean,
yo, battle rap got the funniest. Y'all are comedians.
Real quick, and let's not pause. Oh. That was. Let's not stay on this too long.
That was a good. That was a good pre-pause.
No, it's not a good. It's not good because when I tell you about pre-pause,
pre-pause makes it worse.
I got it.
It's worse.
But you still gotta say it though. Like I'm like if you gonna say it, just say it.
He walked us into that.
Nah, because it's better than somebody else saying it.
Yeah, so
I'd rather myself
right.
too.
Yeah,
Let me get myself real quick.
You know what's that? Cool. Look,
yo, pausing in podcast.
We'll never get this done. Where did that y'all beef stem from?
Man,
Easy, yeah.
Snap. Here, bitch. So that wasn't enough. All right.
That wasn't enough. I think that was enough.
I was rooting for Slim. I believed his story, and he still got a story. It's just not a Philly story.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I believed his story. I believed his passion. And I thought he was fire. You know what I mean? I drove to Pottsville to interview him a couple years ago. It was on New Year's.
Oh, so you knew that he lived in Pottsville?
Yeah, 100%. I know a lot, and I still know a lot. I've done exposed a lot, and it's still
wow.
over there I could get to. But I ain't
right.
He should just leave me alone.
Right. But was being professional as you should.
Yeah, but what happened was him and Hitman battled. I did a recap. He felt the way because I said one of his drug bars didn't make sense. So he texted me. It's an hour-long recap. My recap was just as long as the battle.
Right.
He texted me about one line. He had a problem. One line that I said didn't make sense. I said he won the battle and everything. He had a problem with me saying that. So he texted me, man, tighten up, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. Whatever. You feel me? And then
I'll end it there because it's a common theme. It's a common theme. It's just like, once again, like, what got you to thinking that you're Marlo? Like you think it's one way. Like, it's the same. Like, his story is almost exactly to mine. Like, you don't like something that was said in an interview or a person that I'm interviewing, and then you texting me talking about, yo, Lord's blah, don't mess with this up. Huh? You know, everything is cool when it's your way. You know what I mean? So it's a very sensitive nature of these situations that we keep having in common. And you know, once again, dude is a great battle rapper. But 2025 brought about a new light to one of our favorites of who he is, you know, and it just is what it is. You know, I still support the guy's battle rapping. You know, I want to see the guy have some amazing performances. I still would love to see him versus Mook, him versus Surf, him versus Arsenal, him versus what other battles? Him versus Cassidy completed. I will pay for those. I will support him, even if he does those battles on the trenches. I will still pay for and support the trenches. You know, I don't have to be a fan of somebody as a person and how they threaten people or how they try to control people or how they act like brats. I don't have to be a fan of that to still support something if I think it's still worthy of my $50. So I still want to give the guy my $50 at certain junctures. But I'll never deal with the guy again, ever. You know, it's just too much of this stuff. You know, I just feel like people need to be more appreciative of their alliances and people that are willing to spend money with them, on them, or support them, give them good reviews, give them bias, give them grace, help them promote. You know, you just can't take those type of things for granted. You know, I saw Jay Millz say that in his video. He said this to Verb. You know, Jay Millz has been very, very pro blogger recently, which is smart. And he's not using them because he's able to do his own views, but at the same time, supporting people that have a lot of weight in these which is why these people will turn around and text you. Yo, I don't like that you said this. I don't like you interviewing this person, because they understand the weight of these people's additions to the narrative or the decisions or their own fan bases, right? Said that. I saw Jay Millz say to Averb, he was just like, you know, you're going to have no allies in a second. You know, like, over the last couple of years, here's the allies that I've seen with Verb, and they don't do anything but constitute him in spaces. Big T, and I believe they have like a friendship, which is dope for them. Shout out to Big T. Trufo, which sometimes it seems like Verb tries to treat him like his soldier or something. I'm gonna say Trufo because Trufo has a street reputation. I'm gonna send Trufo. He talks with all these gun analogies. We go up to the blah blah blah. I was like, I hope that Trufo don't look at Verb as somebody that should be like his. You know what I'm saying? And who's the third one? Briz. And we see what just happened with those two guys. But as far as league owners, so TBL was an alliance for some time, right? And then you went off saying that you were going to sue Chilla Jones and sue TBL, and you tear at their events when they have problems, and nobody pay for this, and bootleg, like promote bootlegs and stuff like this. You know, you have your thing with Beasley and URL. You have your thing with RB and ARP or a Full Circle. I paid Verb money or he made money working with me, I should say, after I retired. You know, full circles around every once in a while. I'm not the most active person, so to speak, but hey, what's wrong with picking up a little couple stacks or whatever real quick for a YouTube battle real quick? If that's what you still do, you rap to make money. You know, what's wrong with that? It's keeping your alliance bloggers. You know, I was one of the, I'm taking the credit for it, one of the original proponents of aligning with bloggers. One reason is because I started out as a blogger. So I had immediate respect for bloggers, immediate respect for them, because I knew what the job was. If you know my history, before I was blogging, all I was doing was tweeting. I was traveling to every single battle rap event. I don't care if it was Oakland. I don't care if it was Toronto. I don't care if it was Jersey. I don't care if it was St. Louis. I don't care if it was Detroit, New York. I was everywhere. They'd be like, yo, look at ARP on the URL stage. Yes, that stage as well as many, many others, which is why I'm there at Summer Madness 2 on stage. I'm there at Triumph Over Demise. I'm there when Young Ill has his meltdown versus O-Red. I'm on stage right there. Me, Mickey Fax, and Sue Surf watching Math and Hitman and all those battles. I'm there when Don't Do That is born with Daylight and Calico. They're one rounder, and Calico returns back after losing to Loaded Lux. I'm at all these events, and I'm probably on stage, whether you see me or not. You see me standing behind DNA when Ness is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get all y'all. That's corny. That's corny. That you see me. I'm not with DNA and his entourage. I'm just there watching the battle. You know, I'm there when Pat Stay Rest in Peace battles Disaster for the championship, standing behind Disaster. You know, I'm there. You know, so I was everywhere, man, and I was tweeting updates, and I developed a kind of following from tweeting, and then I turned that into video. My phone was dying in the building, and some of my early blogs, I'm breaking this down. Now I'm like, all right, well, this is what happened. This is who won, because it was like a YouTube era where you had to be there to get the most information. YouTube battle rap releases wasn't on fire like that yet. That's where I come from, you know, tweeting and then blogging and then getting into booking. Okay. But even my second card ever, when you look at that footage and you look at that promotion and you look at the flyers say like 3 Letterman, Angry Fan, Jay Black, on my second flyer. And then when I did the event, I incorporated all of them as judges. You see in some of that footage, like you look at like some of them early JC battles, you see judging, you see NHB Millz, you see Angry Fan on stage, you see Boss Chick Rain who filled in. I said Angry Fan, right? You see these people, you see Jay Black. These are people that are on stage, and I'm working with them and bringing them into the RBE fold out of respect, out of understanding what bloggers do, out of working with them, having them judge. I think I was like one of the first people to like really leverage the bloggers, and then fast forward what I did, and I was one of the first ones of, and it caught a wave. Even from a promotion standpoint, I started putting the bloggers into our trailers, making collage videos, having bloggers send me footage. Then I got to a point where I had fans start sending me footage. Point that I'm really making here is respecting alliances. I'm this big bad entity. I'm a king around here. I'm the man. I got this big fan base, right? Let's say I'm Big Bad Wolf. You can still add up all these little pockets to constitute what I am or what I'm trying to do. Like, I don't have to be the only person to push this situation, right? What if I'm cool with Angry Fan, Chris Unbiased, Fada Fly, Showtime SP, Piper Boy, Jay Black, 3 Letterman, Angry Fan, and back then Jemski and Jemski TV and CJ City and John Rhines and Hip Hop Is Real and 15 Minutes of Fame and Heavy Bags and Uncle Ra and No Bars and Knowledge. These are my alliances. You know, I'll support them when you end up with a 2 million view clip of my battle on your channel. Or I'll green light you when you see me scanning the crowd and saying, yo, who's recording? Who's recording? Oh, with that camera right there, security. Hold on, who's that? Oh, that's Uncle Ra, he good. You know? Or bringing you into the footage, letting you judge the battles. When we did the Averb and Pat Stay battle, you got Jay Black, you got Tech 9, rest in peace. I think Vodafly, battles like Averb and Gyms, Blog is involved in the judging. You know, Blog is involved in the promotion. Blog is the ability. Here's my phone number. Tap in with me anytime you need me, anytime you have a question, anytime you have a disagreement, you'll tap in with me. And then with some of them, I build a rapport with to the point where it's not just like, oh, you get information from me and I give you some. It gets to a point where some of them I get real cool with, where we get on the phone and I'm retired. I still get on the phone with some of these niggas. Yo, this is how I make some money. This is how new opportunity makes some money. Because we cool now. Because it was genuine then, you know? But even if it wasn't genuine then, alliances, not just in battle rap, they matter. They matter. And when J Millz said that towards Verb, he's spot on. He's spot on. Because Verb is on some people's Mount Rushmore. We preaching right now, people. Verb is on some people's Mount Rushmore, which means Verb is supposed to be able to call 5-6 league owners right now and say, give me $15,000. Give me $10,000 right now. He's supposed to be able to do that. But you got all these bridges and alliances and, you know, there's people right now that could make me just boot up a full circle. Literally. Like, hey, man, I just want to battle. It's a big battle. Like, let's say Cass. Let's say Cass. Cass is my fucking guy. Easy to the point where Easy's mad at me because me and him are friends, right? If Cassidy called me right now, I'll just throw out a number. And he says, just for the sake of conversation, I'm just throwing this number out. He says, yo, hey, man, call Big K, call Avocado, set up the full circle. Send me $5,000 real quick and $5,000 back in, man. Send me a contract, 2-minute rounds, man. I'm finna come rap and punch around for 3 rounds with Big K. I say, give me a second. I'll call Big K. I'll call Avocado. I line everything out. I send Cassidy the contract. I send Big K the contract. I start booking the flights in the hotels. Avocado will start renting the equipment for the full circle and all that type of shit. And sooner or later, you guys will see a flyer or a trailer. It's just that fucking fast and easy. Because I know I'm going to make the money back, too, from the business side. It's Cass and Big K. He could literally, I could be minding my business on the stream with you right now. If this phone rings and Cass says, send me a contract for $10,000 and Big K full circle, well, I'm going to hang up the stream. I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to PayPal him $5,000 deposit soon as he sends me my contract back. That's an alliance. That's a network. That's respect. That's having business contacts. You know what I'm saying? I'm retired and I might still be able to put more money in any battle rapper's hands with the exception of maybe 2 to 3 leagues. And I'm retired. I'm talking about at the drop of a phone call. I might be able to. Hitman's a friend of mine, right? If Hitman had an issue right now, financially, which he don't, but let's say hypothetically he did. And he said, man, we know my battle is going to do 1 million views. We know what that's going to make on YouTube. You know, you're going to make your money back. And, you know, if you want to do any type of VOD with it, whatever, hey, send me a contract for 20 grand, man. Let me battle whoever. I'm going to send him the contract. Even if I got other shit, if I'm busy doing something else, he could call me right now if he's in a jam and needs 10 grand. Here you go. There you go, holla. One hand wash the other. I'm going to get my ROI because you Hitman and you needed 10 grand for whatever, and you have a service that you can give me as well, and we already friends, you already know how we rock, here's $10,000. Somebody call, I want them niggas to call my bluff on them type of numbers because I cash it in quick. Cass, call my bluff right now. Oh, yeah. I tried to get Cassidy and Big K in a full circle before. I got to wait until Cassidy is cooler with the business that I offer for a YouTube only battle. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think he really is about the numbers that I offer, and that's understandable. Never know hard feelings and negotiations, but the point that I'm making is alliances, man. Alliances. Like some bloggers will keep it real. I'm just in mode right now. We're just gonna keep going, and then I'm gonna close it out. Some bloggers will say, I don't even fuck with this person, but when I recap their battles or when I talk about their songs that drop or whatever, I'm just gonna be so nice. Some people will do that. Other people, it's not. It's a human thing, man. It's not easy for them to get around the fact that you spit in their face. So now when they talk about you or they make money off of you or they do content on you or they recap your battle, whatever, it's gonna come off with a little extra. Like Hennyman in that interview doesn't sound like he's protecting Eazy, does he? Right? And that's where your alliances come in. I say that type of stuff even about Grace. You know, there's people that I disagree with them, or maybe I don't like something that they did or whatever, but maybe I don't talk about it. Maybe I left it alone. Maybe I gave it grace. Maybe I spoke about it in a way more cooler way than I could have. That's human nature, and that's how this shit go. And there's nothing wrong with being in a world and having alliances. Alliances will shoot you up the charts because it is who you know many, many times opposed to what you know. All right? You could ask presidents of the country. You could ask people that get high. How many of y'all in this chat got jobs from a reference? Okay? It's no different than you popped. How this full knowledge put a camera in Cassidy's face? How did this full circle happen? I just called ARP and I said, send me $10,000. That's it. That's it. It's my reference. You know, there's nothing wrong with these things, people. And if you're smart, you know how to navigate this type of stuff and rock with people. Rock with people. I'm on the phone just as much as I was when I was running RBE year round. Why? Because some of these people I'm really genuinely cool with, and others, we maintain network, we maintain alliances. You never know if 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you want to ask me for something, I want to ask you for something. You never know. I might be down and you could do, I could reverse it too. I could be down and out. Yo, holla, yo, Cass, K, Will, I can't even afford to pay your deposit. I'm about to be homeless. I can't even afford to pay your deposit, but I know I could do this promo and this RBE thing, this coordination thing, this matchmaking thing, and I got people that's gonna help me put the other pieces in play. But just let me get you on the back end, or let me pay you off of the pay-per-view, or pay you off the door, whatever. My reputation, my alliances, and my networks makes a bunch of those people say, okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That is a big plus to life. Fine, you a big dog. You do everything on your own. You the man. You the best. You the greatest. You don't need nobody. That's cool. So if you're already on 10, the only advice I could then give you is then why not just go to 20 with the other people that's willing to fucking help you? Once again, I'm on this A-side, Bearded Brick. So Ill Will put me on the other day. I watched something incredible. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it was that Michigan joint where it was a team on team, and the rule was you got to score 20 points to get the other person off the court, and it was game to 100. If you catch that video, it went up recently. Don't read the comments, and no spoilers from me. It is literally one of the most incredible things you will ever see in the 1v1 space. I'll leave it right there. That one's for you, Bearded Brick, as far as all my other 1v1 people that's starting to follow the space. I've been there for a minute, and y'all are all welcome. I love the 1v1 space. Hogwash, Malarkey. What was I saying when we got to that, Jay? Oh, this was over an hour and 40 minutes ago. Shout out to Jay. Misha's here says, Jolie got you with the rep. Get the fuck out of here. 14 months, my ass. Are you kidding me, Mish? Do you really feel like this woman right here could reference more than me, faster than me, doper than me? I don't know how we settle that. Maybe I'll find a way to settle that. Just like me and 3 Letter. Like if we could do a versus and YouTube would allow us, I'd crush him. But you create, this is some woman power shit. That's what y'all are doing. Y'all want to go team up together? I love you, ladies. Go team up together, but cut it out. Jay ain't fucking with me. This was earlier. We went over this once again. Thank you, Jay, for the or Jamin for the super. We had another Jamin super that says going against Mickey Facts. not Jay Millz, Mickey, said he about to shoot the videos, and Mickey said he got 7 tracks ready for Verb. Mickey's the guy that got it because he's involved so much, and he because of him being a bartician and what he does for a living and everything, and all the breakdowns and the energy he gives off, he wouldn't be able to run from smoke. Maybe once upon a time he could duck away and say, I don't got time for this, but his involvement in the space, he wouldn't be able to walk away, and I don't think that he would want to walk away anyway. So shout out to Mickey. Shout out to Mickey. But if somebody bomb on Mickey, yeah, Mickey, you gotta fight too. All right. I'm glad I don't got rap with y'all. Not woman power. ARP always dissing 3 because he has some fucking nerve acting like he's a hip hop head like of my stature. He's crazy. Howard Duck is dead ass a spin master too. What is wrong with y'all? Y'all really think she could? Was everybody on Team J now? Everybody's trying to have Jay get me out of here. You try to Jay and Misha equal Charlie's angles. Call them ARP. And so you try to Jay and Misha are the absolute truth over here on this podcast. That is familiar. But I just want to stick to this whole thing about Misha and Jay saying that she could out-reference me. You guys are crazy. What? Oh, all right, cool. I'm gonna get the fuck about. Everybody wants to be against me today now. Towards the end of the stream. If y'all would have said this earlier, I would have cut the stream. Y'all already got today's content. Now it's fuck me. Okay. Thank you. Backpack Sway. Thank you. All right, what time is it? It's almost 12 o'clock. First game is what? 2:33, 4. All right, I'm about to clip this video up, hit this gym, set up my new laptop, like I mentioned. And we're gonna get to these games. Drop a fire emoji in the comments later on if you fuck with the hat. Once again, I appreciate y'all. This is a new one. This is a new pickup. I never seen this one before. Mustard Yankee is kind of crazy. All right, y'all. We be back. We out.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry Street Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without, I think still got a gun.